a dull moment starting the stream, I'll tell you that much. All
I
right,
know.
so thanks everyone for tuning in. I know it's late. This is the second of two semifinals. This is Can We Stop versus Pal. We're gonna do a pretty good pregame show. Excuse
Yeah.
if we're all kind of whispering. We're trying not to wake up our families.
Uh-huh.
I'm here with Jehuda and Dr. Dog. Do you guys want to say hi?
Yeah, hey guys. Sorry I'm not gonna be able to join everybody for the cast, but I will do a little pregame and I will not be whispering down on the bike. Will be breathing. I will be breathing.
Hey, happy to be here, Watch.
Awesome, awesome. So since it is, early, I don't think you guys are gonna be able to listen to it, but I figured, since it's like War Song After Dark, I might as well play some like soft jazz music to kind of keep, keep the theme going.
Wow, this is like the production level that you get when I'm not streaming, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. All right. So um, let's kind of just do a quick recap. We've done it before. I have to get to the correct. That's porn music. Just quick recap. So green pool, dog. You were in this pool. You guys, had probably the big upset of the tournament so far against Can We Stop? The Ruckus, pillar of the community, but probably not the showing they wanted to see. Um, me and Judah talked about this a few days ago. Is there anything that really caught your eye about this pool, or anything interesting to you, Dog?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jehuda. No, I mean, I think Can We Stop is an awesome team, and yeah, we pulled the upset. I was not surprised by it, but I'm excited to see them play Pal tonight because I haven't seen a lot of Pal in general. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I have some thoughts about, I think I kind of have already talked about this, but I think it was a good bracket. We had a lot of fun, right? AT really kind of came into their own,
mhm,
sort of taught everybody a lesson about Ret Paladins.
for sure, for sure.
And, I think, and we had what I consider to be one of the best games of Warsong Gulch I've ever seen,
Yeah,
which we had the pleasure of casting. That AT Can We Stop matchup was really, really good.
for sure.
I think everybody enjoyed it. It was a real showcase for the bracket, and I hope that we can get some more games like that. I think we're gonna
I
at this
think so
point, at
too.
this stage of the tournament. Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
now we're getting into that.
for sure. And then purple pool, kind of going over, PAL. I don't think it can't be understated how they kind of obliterated both teams they played against. I don't
Yep.
think they had a game that went over 35 minutes. But all four games were 3-0s except one where there was a rule violation, so it was actually, 3 to -1. Um, yeah, pretty quick and easy out of them. But I think BTNE, obviously is getting better. They played against AT the other day in game one of their semifinal and lost, so they're definitely on the ropes. But I don't know. This pool I think was the unknown pool. No one knew how it was going to play out, and the way it played out, in my mind, set the tone for the rest of the tournament. Dog, I mean, do you have any comments on this bracket, this side of the
yeah, I
bracket?
mean, with the BT&E versus Pal, I was a little bit disappointed how that turned out, and I think I knew BT&E would bring it to us the first round of the tournament. So I'm expecting Pal versus CWS to be a legit game tonight, and I just want to see more of Pal and see what they're really capable of. But BT&E had a few good splits, and I noticed their offense was connecting on int, but
Yeah.
the second game was kind of a shit show, and I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think that just happens, right? Like you make one mistake and then the game just gets away from you.
Yep.
Um, I mean, me and you used to pre-made together. I always think of that first time we played against Phoenix. We got the first cap. They rocket helmed five of us, got the second cap, and we never got it back together. And they, quick capped us twice in a row. I think that's just actually just, transition matters, and some teams excel at it, and others, maybe get lost in the dust sometimes.
I think there's something about BT&E that doesn't really get talked about enough, which is that it's a combination team, right? Like we talked about,
For
it's like
sure.
a partial spacebar. It's I think it's 4 spacebar and 6 be tough natives, and so what we're getting is a team, and I don't know that they got all that much practice together. Certainly not as much as AT would or PAL or even Can We Stop at this point. So they're kind of almost using their games,
Yeah.
as practice a little bit. So they
Yeah.
definitely, it felt like the PAL game, they were trying some sort of stuff a little outside, kind of what you would think of as what we would normally be seeing from them.
Yeah.
And so, but then by the time they were playing This Is the Way, they were really looking much better. And I thought that the AT game, they looked a lot better than they looked even in the This Is the Way games that they won.
Yeah.
So I think, they just keep getting better. It's just a question of how long, if they're going to be able to hang on, they got to win.
Yeah.
They got to win or it's over.
It's one of those things where, if the tournament was 1,000 games, I kind of like P Tough No Excuses chances way more than I like the other teams, but I don't know. It's kind of looking, the pools are over. We saw first game of almost 30 P Tough was 1-0 in 3-1 in almost 30's favor, so no, that's 1-0. It's best 2 out of 3. Sounds like they're going to try to play another game sometime soon. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. Tonight we have PAL versus Can We Stop. Once again, we have a hard stop after 2 hours, so that's, we'll hope to get some games in and see where we can go.
I think it's tough to have games here in the Thanksgiving week. We're just trying to move through everything, and just make sure games are getting played like at least once a week, right? I think we all agree we want that.
Yep.
But Thanksgiving week is tough. I know it's part of the reason why I happen to have some inside information as to why this game is scheduled at this godforsaken hour.
Yep.
And maybe we'll get to it and when we get to some beef slide if we have one.
So Jehuda, I guess my question to you is, after watching almost 30's game 1 win against B Tough, how do you think the rest of that series will go, and what do you kind of predict the rest of the tournament?
I mean, I think B Tough's going to come back and win the next one. I do. I think that they know they made some mistakes, and my expectation is that they will build off that and they will squeak out the next game. But then we come game 3. I don't know. That'll be AT's chance to show if they can learn from their mistakes, So and I think it all depends on how much time they get to watch and learn, because when you're coming from behind and learning and watching and seeing a lot of the other team, it gives you the benefit.
Yeah, dog. So
that you don't get, right? So
for sure.
Yeah.
I asked Enthus when he was on stream with us watching your match. I asked him, what team are you the most scared of? He said almost 30. What team is almost 30 you think the most scared of, maybe to be beaten play against in the finals?
Yeah, so I honestly, I really do not know about PAL. I know everybody says that they, I know I've played against a few of their really good players, Rubik's and Typhoon, and I know Ant is an awesome player, and forwards and Siri. So, but I really haven't seen much of their pre-made squad besides that. Gotcha. And I just I don't know. I can't wait to see this tonight and see how this turns out, because I think it's going to be a great game.
I agree.
Yeah, I hope I have the fortitude to go to bed at an appropriate hour and watch this tomorrow, rather than sitting in my bed with my phone when I could just otherwise be fucking casting, right? So let's hope I'm not doing that. I'm hoping and praying that I have it in me to just watch it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So we'll just kind of move past this slide. I just wanted to point out that 2 things. One, the Can We Stop logo. This is the official one. Finally got into the PowerPoint. Second, Horde versus Horde. Mind control helms. We can talk about that more later, but definitely worth noting that mind control helms are on the table because it's the same faction game.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it might be worth, us kind of getting through how we got here. We talked about it a little bit. I think Can We Stop had, decisive win against the Ruckus, and against almost 30 the first game. I felt like almost 30 kind of bullied them around, and then the second game was a little closer. It was a really close 3-2. We easily could be looking at a 1-1 if a couple flag returns go the opposite way. Clicking in my mind is a little bit of variance sometimes, and just kind of the pendulum swung AT's way. And then kind of looking at the other side, we have PAL, like we said, obliterated the other teams. Not much to really discuss there, but as kind of tradition on these, we talk a lot about the beef and the elephants in the room, and we kind of talk about the narratives of the tournament. And Can We Stop? I think the narrative about Can We Stop is that their history is Can We Stop is a 19s guild from class-wise. They're a 19s guild. I think they started in Westfall. They went all over the place, and they ended up on Man Creek. Famously, there was the Death Ball game, and we talked about that when they played against almost 30, I believe. But one thing I kind of want to talk about is you see that there's the Twink Cup icon. I wanted to talk about that. Can We Stop is kind of amalgamation of a bunch of like old school-ish, like maybe if like old school is the silver era, like the Bronze Age, they're kind of like the golden age of twinking, kind of like when they had twink cups, like Pizza Hut, Wall Talent. Um, I don't really know all the names, but these guys aren't like a stranger to tournaments, right? Um, and then also they picked up Fix Ventrix, who are from Stalag, which is where I was also from.
That's
For
also where
19s.
Vargelon is from. It's an
Oh,
important player in the bracket. Vargelon, you guys may remember him.
true, true,
The
true.
true Discord heads will know about my hero Vargelon collecting
Yep,
up his 3 marks.
yep. So I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
go on. You
Varjalon's
can go
gone.
on. Sort of the hero of Mr.
Yeah,
Stalag. When you think Stalag, for me, it's Vargelon. It's
yeah,
definitely not WoW. It's just not. Can we? None of these guys.
yeah.
It's
It's not
Vargelon.
Haas. I mean, it's not Fix.
No,
It's not
Who's
Ventrix.
Haas?
No,
I
not
don't know
Fix.
him.
Haas was on
Vargelon.
Stalag.
Yeah, Vargelon.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys both play 19s. Would you agree that like I would say since probably January, Can We Stop has been one of the, if not the top guild in 19s, one of the top 2 or 3.
Oh, definitely. I mean, absolutely. Can
Yeah,
we stop
no doubt.
is sort of like a gold standard guild. And I mean, like you just can't talk about Can We Stop without talking about that game.
Yeah,
The
for
3-hour, bloodbath over there, or lack of a bloodbath, I
Yeah.
should say. Just 3-hour, nothing happening, making everybody mad. It essentially fucking killed the bracket. But without that, would we all be here at 29s, do you think? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Right? I don't think
I
so.
think
So,
this is
yeah.
the game that kicked off 29s for sure.
Yeah. So, as much as everybody hates that game, we should thank it for sending us all up to, get improved sprint and whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, I like Can We Stop. I like those guys a lot. I play with a number of them regularly. I think they're great guys. And I have high hope for him. I like Haasman. I think he's a really good thinker. I think the biggest risk when you're dealing with Haasman, if you're and Can We Stop, if you're PAL, is that you have to, Haasman is not taking a break on the VODs. He's all over these fucking things. He's just like Wally in that they never stop trying to find a way to get better. They don't just think like, okay, we're good, we'll be fine. That's not them. So like BTNE, who I think will consistently improve every game they play. I think Can We Stop is kind of in the same boat. Remember, they're very new to the bracket. People forget that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they're trying to level. They're leveling another priest just to change race. I mean, these guys are committed
Still buying gear.
to this. Yeah, they're committed to this bracket
for sure. So going to look at PAL's like narrative. So the weird thing to me about PAL is that there's kind of like a core member that also played with Phoenix, which is an old 29 guild, and then PAL, in addition to having some of the best 29s players, also went to 39s and grabbed some of the best players from 39s. And then I actually didn't know this until a few weeks ago. Some of the players on their team aren't really even 39s players. They're like the best 60s players that they just happen to be in the guild PTL, which is also a rating guild. So, I mean, if you think about it, PAL is a super team of some of the best 39s players, some of the best 60s players, and then some of the best 29s players. So, I compare them a lot of the time to the Monstars, and I think we don't really know, because all these people are new to the bracket for the most part, like the 39s and 60s are new to 29s. I think they're a big unknown. And we know so far they've kind of been like the Monstars that just dunk on everyone. But sometimes you have to wonder, like, maybe they're going to lose all their talent and look like the Monstars from the beginning of the movie or at the end, very end of the movie. What has your guys' takeaway so far been of PAL and what you've seen?
I mean, yeah, I think they've been an awesome team. I think they've been really good to watch. I think they've been really tough. And it's nice to see that they can compete without their rocket boots on, because they're not allowed to use them in these games. And I know that must be a challenge for them, but I'm glad to see that they're doing it. And they're still ripping. So they've been really, really good. I mean, I'll tell you, if there's like a narrative of, I don't know, tell me how you guys feel about this, but like at this stage in it, if there is a narrative of like kind of the villains of this tournament at this point, like in the way that the Yankees are villains, right? Does it not feel like it's PAL, right?
To me,
like with their definitely, right? And of course we love to have villains, right? We always need villains. Everyone needs a foil. No good story is without one. And I think PAL is kind of fitting that for us right now. But they've been a lot of fun to watch. They've really shown, that there are good players outside our bracket that can come in and take people's lunch,
For sure.
And I'm hoping that, maybe we see them wouldn't be the worst thing if we saw him get humbled a little bit. I'm sure Dogman looking forward to that.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that I just wish that BTE played a little bit of their normal game versus them, because I think they're kind of wondering what's going on with this bracket, and they're thinking there's not that much competition. So I think tonight will they're smashing mid fights. They're crazy good at that. It's one thing I've noticed. So I think we'll see with their splits. I know CWS has some amazing splits. Their offense is great, and Walks RFC continually says that CWS has the best offense that he's ever played against. So,
Interesting.
He does say that all the time. So I think I saw BT&E putting pressure on Int a few times. So I'm looking forward to getting to more splits tonight.
I say the word even, not trying to sound like a jerk, but like even. This is the way had a lot of pressure on it. There was multiple times. There was 2 times in that game where this is the way could have had a cap, right? And it's not like they're impenetrable. Like I don't think the BT&E games are the best way to measure it. Like they count, but you also can look at maybe some of the CWS games they had before the tournament. Like these guys definitely can lose. So I don't know. I'm interested to see. But for now, let's kind of look at the rosters. So for Can We Stop, this is basically the same roster they've been rolling out. They have a pretty slim lineup. They only have 10 or 11 players in their guild anyway, so we're probably going to say more of the same the rest of the tournament. The main differences are Ventrix and Sin both can maybe switch up the characters, but I think the rest of them only have one character. Is there any players you want to highlight? Jehuda, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sinman's a terrific FC. I like him quite a bit. I think he's, he is one of the better FCs that comes out of the 19th bracket. He just put together an alliance druid, so we're seeing him out a lot more. It's nice to see that. I mean, I'm never going to stop talking about Grizzlefoot, because I really think he's just a phenomenal player. He's everywhere at once. He's really an effective warlock. He's kind of like made the class for 19s. I do want to kind of get into not so much individuals, but they're going double rogue again, and I think that's the right play, and not because Fix isn't a fantastic player, because he is, but with Horde, it's just very tough. I've been saying this all tournament, is that like I don't know that Horde can really afford to bring a warrior, because they don't have freedom and they don't have escape artist, and for a warrior that just they don't have all the freebies that rogues get. A couple freebies with improved sprint and with vanish.
Yeah, so, and not to mention, the burst of the rogues is just significantly more. So I think you saw that in the second AT game. The adding Ventrix just added a lot more pressure on Walks.
For sure.
Yeah. You got to have. So, I mean, in a different world, if these guys were playing Alliance, I think Warrior might actually maybe be the better play, because Warrior can do a lot for you. I do think their slow is better than the poison. I think they hit so hard. They really do hit so hard.
Crunch.
Yeah, and the fear that you can toss out. It's so there's really a lot that they can do, but regrettably, they're in a situation where I know they wanted to do a warrior, but it looks like Haas obviously went through and decided that this is the only way he can do it.
They might have to, though. I did some research. I talked to Ventrix. He lives in Australia, and he was going to play during his lunch break, but he, his ping is pretty bad today, so they might have to default to Fix. I think their plan is to run Ventrix. They sent me the roster, but they did tell me, they were like, hey, this is like, we're not really sure. It's Ventrix or Fix. If Ventrix can't log on, we're running Fix. But then that's been kind of the discussion. I think there's been some scheduling issues with some people on their team, but I'm just happy that they're able to play. So then looking at PAL's roster, same as we've seen most of the time. The biggest difference is Ojai is in here instead of Zombified, and Siri is in here instead of Forwards.
So we got Siri and Forwards out, but yeah, it looks like a lot of the same faces we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So something that we can point out is that this is the first game of the tournament that there's the double mage on both sides. So
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
those mages on those splits will definitely decide the game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty interested to see.
I think Situations is fire, and I think both Elrig and Nissan are Frost. I could be wrong on that, but I
Well,
think that's the
Situations
difference.
I think he has a definite hybrid spec where
Mhm.
he runs some fire gear, but I assume that he has, at least like 11 points in Frost.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's the interesting thing for me.
Yeah.
Just kind of in my mind, I think Ojai. I think before I said I think Sin is one of the most underrated players in the bracket. I think if I were to make that list, I think Ojai would probably be in my top 5 underrated players as well. Most people think of him as just being like this shit poster and whatnot,
Hmm.
but I mean, Ojai was probably the first rogue in the bracket, other than maybe Ent himself, that impressed me, and that
Yeah.
was 3 months in. So he definitely's got a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
tough
I
team
love OJ. I think he's a great guy. He's excellent on the
Mhm.
keyboard. He's
Mhm.
excellent sitting on his rogue. He's a terrific player. A lot of fun to play with and play against, and he's always great in the channel, which
Mhm.
which we love to see. One thing I kind of want to note here is we are once again seeing some identical comps.
For sure.
I can't help but think that Double Hunter could be helping someone here. They may not
I
have
think
them
so too.
available. So, but I think we're seeing matching comps. Um, who's got ally base?
Can We Stop has ally base for game 1.
That's a bad draw for them for game 1.
Yeah. Well, they're the lower
You know,
seed. Um,
yeah,
One more comment I think is worth making. This is my opinion. This isn't really objective. I
yeah,
think if we were to rank every team in this bracket top to down talent-wise, I think these are the 2 teams with the most talent. I think Almost 30 and Be Tough are I think they outsmart teams a lot of the time. I think both of these teams, though, if we were looking to like highlight players, it'd be rough. We'd be getting down to like the ninth player on the team, before we said, oh, this isn't someone who would start for literally every team in the tournament, or like wouldn't be a shoe in to start, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I just want to call out one person who's also good on the keyboard. Augie, very good on the keyboard. People
okay.
don't remember that. Very good shit poster. He doesn't do it as much as everybody else, but when he does, it's very good. I just wanted to make sure I got
Yep.
a call out to my man. Very good shit poster. Very good.
Yeah. But
Which
yeah,
is just as important. Just as important. Don't forget.
yeah.
I mean, this is don't underestimate how important it is to shitpost.
Yep. All right. So going to predictions, Jehuda, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I mean, listen. I think I've been accused wrongly of being biased against the 29 teams. I've been accused of not respecting. I don't know. There's a team. I don't remember their name. Almost 20. Something like. Anyway. So I've been accused of not respecting these guys. I don't even know who they are to respect them. I'm a 19s man to the core, even though I haven't played a 19s game in like 4 months. I got to go with my brothers at arms in the 19s bracket. My boys, can we stop? I'm cheering for them as always. They're my pals. So I want to see them. I want to see them advance. I want to see the 19s move on. I think they are a team that consistently improves. I think they're good learners, and I want to see. I want to see them win. So I'm picking them.
Legit. Dog, what's your pick here?
Yeah, so one thing that Jehuda just brought up though is the base, and I didn't really think about how important that's going to be because everybody bases their characters, male or female, based on what base they're planning on playing on. So I did pick Can We Stop to win this. I haven't seen a lot of PAL, so I don't really know what to expect from them, but I have seen Can We Stop a lot. But I will say that that ally base is a tough draw, and I'm interested to see what will happen.
So I'm gonna make a bold claim. And I didn't think about this for a while. I mean, I did think about this for a while, but it didn't occur to me at first that if you take the 3 best players of every bracket and put them on a team, right? Or 3 of the 10 best players of every bracket and put them on a team, you probably should win against everyone. Especially because like most teams, maybe have 5 great players, and then after that, they have really good players, but they're not, the same elite level that as
Yeah.
everyone else. If PAL doesn't win this tournament, I actually think it's kind of embarrassing for these other brackets. I honestly believe that. I know that's like a mean thing to say or a strong thing to say, but if you have people that are claimed to be the three of the best, 10 39s, three of the best 10 60s, three of the best 10 29s, and then one other, uh, you know, how can you not be favored to win the whole tournament? So I'm going to pick Pal just because I think if they don't win the tournament, I'd be shocked at this point. The
Yeah.
more I do research, I want to pick Can We Stop. Many of my very good friends are on Can We Stop. I'd be thrilled if they pulled what I view to be an upset tonight. Um, but I just I'm a big kind of just the more I think about it, the more I just am like, yeah, if you gave anyone a team of the best players in their brackets, they would win. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with Pal for that reason. Jehuda, do you have to hit the road?
I mean, I don't have to, but I will as soon as the game is going to start to convince myself not to sit here and cast it, which is what I want to do.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do that, right? Told myself
Okay.
I wasn't going to do it. I'm
Dog, do
committed
you
to
want to
that.
make a character to sit in the game, or are you just gonna watch the stream?
Yeah. I think that
Okay. Can
makes
you
the
make a
most sense.
level 1 horde character on Blowmax?
Okay.
So West server, and then we'll get the game started.
I know that like someone on one of these teams with whom I'm very friendly is sort of being forced into hiding by his family members to make sure he gets to play this game. We have to admire that commitment, but I sort of feel like it's something that we can all kind of relate to. It is very difficult to explain to your in-laws that like you have to spend, for example, 3 hours or whatever, 2 hours on a Sunday fishing for a cartoon hat for your cartoon orc. So I think that's something that all of us can relate to, and I just want to tip my hat to that friend of mine over there playing this game. Right? I mean, we all been there, no?
Yeah, no, I feel that. Another thing I want to comment on before we start, since it looks like both teams are taking, like a last-minute bathroom break. Also, wow, Tree Bark Jacket's 100 gold on Blowmax.
What?
That.
Oh my! I'm gonna go buy it. Holy shit! Oh no, it's want to buy.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
want to
Yeah,
buy?
this guy's an
Yeah,
idiot then.
he ain't getting
So,
it. Yeah.
there's been a lot of talk about this game, in the scheduling of this game. I just kind of want to nip it in the bud. I don't think any team was trying to do anything malicious or anything. I think both teams, just had some scheduling issues. I think maybe some personal things come up. We're also in, holiday season. It's not organized or, not easy to organize 20 people, especially when a handful of them are Australian and New Zealand-ish. Kiwi, is that the word?
Kiwis, yeah.
So I just want to say, I get that some of you are shitposting, but also like, it's the scheduling was rough on anyone. I'm just glad we're playing the games. I think we'll look back on this in 4 years or whatever and say, wow, I'm glad this tournament happened. Maybe it wasn't ideal conditions, but I'm just glad it happened.
I think all anyone will remember is all the fun we had. I don't think anybody will be worried about the conditions. I think it'll all just be how happy everyone was with this tournament. I mean, I'm having a great time. I'm like so sad that these terrorists decided to schedule this game at this time. When I have a serious case on tomorrow morning at 9:30 after being in court. I mean, I expect the judge will of course be an hour late, but I have to be sitting there at 9:30 waiting, and I'm not going to be up till like 2 in the morning casting this game, and I'm so sorry to everyone because I really do enjoy it. I'm sorry mostly to myself, but I got a job. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep.
I got a job.
I feel that.
Hey, Wouch, I logged into that character.
Okay, what's its name? Oh, it's named Dogger.
Yep.
Good name.
So once I'm in the game, is there a specific like? Is it kind of just like free look? Okay.
Yeah.
You won't be able to do anything. You'll be totally confused. But I don't know. You'll kind of be able to look in the middle, maybe.
There's a few keybinds I need to set up right.
Definitely, I would do snap. I'd figure out. I mean, at a minimum, I would figure out who are the number of player the flag carriers and snap to those, and toggle smart cam.
Yep.
That's my advice to you.
Okay.
So, are you gonna have a pip going or?
I am. I'm going to be
Cool.
manning both screens.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow after court.
Awesome.
So, who are you bringing in?
So the first guest is Phalaris, and then afterwards, I think we're gonna get.
Let's get Farless in
Fiona.
here now, then.
Yeah.
Let's get Farless in now. Farless, get in here. Get in here. Let's get Farless in here. I'll drag him in.
Okay. And then
Okay.
after
Do I have that authority?
Fiona, maybe some scope action, maybe whoever is in general and is awake and wants to come in for until,
Yeah.
and then hopefully when
Yeah,
Plants is done with his
Jacko.
raid,
Jacko wants to come in.
Jacko, and then when Plants is done with his raid, the plan is I asked him if he'd come in. If you can't, all good. We'll just keep bringing other people in.
Hey,
Um,
so when the game
Dragon.
starts, I don't want to be asking about the keybind. So, and I can only keybind when I'm in the game, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'll walk you through them though before the gates open. It only takes like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Or I'll stick around for that if you like. I can't drag Farlos in. I think
I
only
dragged
you
him
do.
in.
Okay.
We're waiting on one more person who's still in the bathroom. My guess is
Okay.
What's up, gentlemen?
Farlos, how you doing, man?
Hey, pal.
How's it
I'm
going?
very much looking forward to the top 4 game.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Who are you rooting for this game?
Aren't we all?
I can't say I'm rooting for anybody. I'm rooting for a good game. Like,
Oh,
I'm rooting
mhm.
for the 29 bracket to win, and the 29 bracket wins by 2 of its best teams playing. So,
That's true.
You know what?
True.
If you ask me, the 29 bracket has already won. Right? We're having a great time. We're having a great tournament. People are interested. It's exciting. The games have been, I think, really good, kind of across the board. And I think, as much as it pains me to say this, I don't think any of that would be possible without, your influence in the bracket, your shit posting, and all that. So I think, you deserve some credit for that. So thank you.
I do care about the health of the bracket. I don't think anybody can deny that.
That's true.
No, that is undeniable. That is an undeniable truth.
But to be perfectly honest,
So who are you picking?
I'm picking PAL. I've picked PAL to win the tournament. And, Wouch said it right. Like, they've got some of the best players across from multiple brackets. So if they don't win, it would be a pretty big upset at this point. Wouch said, like, if they don't win both 39s and 60s, I don't want to say they look bad because I don't mean for it to sound like an insult or anything, but you literally have the best players from multiple brackets against one 19 guild. So, and they're not on their home turf. Like, if this was on 19s, you might be able to give an advantage to Can We Stop because that's their home turf. But
For sure.
being new to the bracket and facing the best in multiple brackets, I feel they're behind the 8 ball here. And they're disadvantaged by the side of the base that they're on.
I agree with that.
I think that's going to be a big part of this game. All right, let me just walk you through it here, Dogman, real quick.
I think
So-
we got the wrong
oh,
bases, so we're gonna.
We
have
got
to,
the wrong bases. Okay.
Yep. So just AFK out.
Okay.
Actually, you should have waited,
Give me 1 sec.
and you could have set your bars up.
We'll get it. I don't want to make them wait. It takes so little time to set up the bars.
So I think. Do you think it'd be enough to just set up the 2 flag carriers and?
Yeah, for Dog for sure. He'll figure it out
okay.
pretty quick.
Okay.
All right. I think we got the right
So
sides.
all right. So I want you to set up close your map. So the horde side you want to snap to player 1.
So wait, I just go to key bindings, obviously,
Yep, and make sure
and
you
then
have character specific.
commentator.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, commentator, and you'll see snap to. You go to snap to.
Snap to follow.
Yeah, and you need player 1 and let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So do 1 and 8 on both sides, just so you have the right one. So just do those 4 keybinds. Snap
One.
to.
Snap. Yeah. I see snap to follow, but then you're saying there's another snap to. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong one. Okay.
So do 1 and 8 for both sides, just so you have the options available to you.
Sorry, folks watching. We're just getting this taken care of.
It will be quick.
1 and 8. Okay.
And then also do toggle smart camera. Get a separate button for that. So just do, you could do even like 1, 2, 3, 4 for those, and then whatever, but 5, even whatever. So here's how you do it. It's my recommendation. Figure out which is you got the right side there, and then just use those 2 buttons to switch between the 2 flag carriers. And if they start getting away from you, do either then do the snap, and it gets you close. The only other thing you need to know is, did you have? Also, you should do character only.
Character only.
Do character specific, yeah. So you don't mess with the other things, and I assume you have backpedal unbound, but you're not a hunter, So you should just make sure you have that bound because you need backpedal to cam out, and you need to cam in. You need
Yeah.
walk
Where's
forward.
character only though? By the way.
Character specific. It's in the upper right. It's a little button you press. Character specific keybinds. Should we probably have done this in another channel? Nobody wants to hear this
Yeah,
shit.
no, it's fine.
Yeah,
So
it's all
just
good.
to give people kind of a heads up on what I'm doing, since I'm running both controls, this one's going to be a little laggy, the one with following one of FC. And what I'm going to do is just kind of, if I'm watching one side, I'll flip it to the opposite side's FC, if that makes sense. This isn't an ideal option, but I don't really trust a newer person with the cameras all that much. Not that I don't trust Dr. Dog, but I didn't want to trouble him with it. I already asked him, to log on at 11:30 or whatever for this pre-made, so.
You should do, Dogman. Why don't you just go into the general channel with me real quick, and we'll walk through it, and you can stream your screen.
So one thing to notice in these games is that what happens in 29s is because warriors aren't as viable, is that usually the shamans end up being the tanks in these mid-fights, which it's just interesting. I don't know, playing 39s in 19s warriors really are, but you don't see as many warriors. So I'm always curious to see what the shamans do in the mid-fights, if they try to linger back as the healer, or they do kind of embrace this tank mindset. And I've noticed Sapler always does it, whereas Canna more, see him hang out here. This isn't a shaman stream, but I don't know, I thought it was interesting.
So far, a shaman stream.
Yeah, sorry, I'll switch to someone else.
I mean, I assume we expect Sapler's going to be the healer that he normally is.
Yeah, yes.
So, there you go. That's the perfect person to put it on. It's not a shaman stream now.
Yeah, it's a pre-stream here.
I do the one exchange or one aspect of this game that I want to see play out is CWS, obviously known as the quote-unquote Deathball Guild, but so far PAL has completely dominated every mid engagement. So I think if anybody can give them a good game here, it's going to be CWS in these mid fights.
I think so too. And they're actually about to take out Nissan here. So, killing a mage means that they somewhat win the mid fight, but they haven't been able to pick the flag. Neither team has been able to pick the flag here. It looks like Cannabis is getting in this screen and gets taken down by both rogues. I think both rogues were sent back after Typhoon gave Sin some problems.
It's a smart exchange. Do you have the ability to bring up the minimap on one of these?
Yep. I think you'll be a little delayed though, because it'll be on the stream.
Okay.
But I'll open that for a sec. It looks like Cannabis has the flag. And he's just kind of trying to get away from the rogue, which shamans are actually excel a lot at doing. But, then he gets netted. Let's see what Kashi's able to do. Kashi gets sheeped.
Surprising that Sin did. I guess he was kind of a decoy a little bit here, or he tried to make a top jump and missed.
Yeah, he went into the base and then got kind of chased out by a tie and then ran away through graveyard, and then he went and met back up with his team, and now he has the flag after a nice timely psychic scream. So that's interesting. And
PAL sort of like CWS in the base and PAL kind of controlling mid a little bit. So far, it's a little bit of an advantage of PAL, but PAL not having the flag is kind of problematic. Of course, they can, I don't want to say death ball here, but if they can pick up the flag and then still have control of mid, CWS could easily be in trouble here.
Yep, and it looks like Ent did pick up the flag with Ohai. Well, he was past the flag by Elrig, but he was with Ohai. And, he has a nice kind of cleanish cross. I think it took a lot of resources from CWS to get the flag out if you look at their mana of Kashi. So I don't know if we'll get much of a chop here, but it is a free look for CWS. They're going to take it since they already have their flag carrier back in their base. It doesn't look like either team's really putting much pressure on here. So now it kind of reversed and looks like PAL has sort of a free look, but there's no one really to go after. So I think both teams are just going to disengage, drink up, and maybe push for splits. What do you guys think?
Hey, I'm back now.
Okay, awesome.
All right. What did I miss? You know what? I will watch this tomorrow. I'll see you.
See you, man. Have a good one.
Okay. Have fun, guys. I might pug one game, then go to bed. I'll see you guys.
Later, man.
So far, this is what's expected. I think some people were maybe concerned that CWS couldn't hold their own in a split, but in a mid fight. But so far so good.
So far, they definitely have the advantage in that their FC is completely walled off from the PAL team. It looks like Yent's going to be able to get away too, but
They got a sap on the Hunter, and now CWS is saying, no, we're not allowing that, and they're sending their offense back to clear. And, I think, in reality, I think it's the right thing to do. I know it's kind of lame, people might not like it, but why would you risk it?
Yeah, you don't want to give them a free push, so.
Yeah.
I expect, especially CWS, with them being relatively newer to the bracket, they're going to be extra cautious. They were extra cautious in 19s from what I had seen.
Yes, correct.
So every time there is going to be any chance that the other team have an advantage, they're going to, either tell them no or just wipe them.
And I don't hate it. And honestly, it's one of those things where I would love to see after this, PAL says, all right, we get it. We get the joke. Like, we're not going to be able to pull any funny business on you. And then they stop. But
Wow.
I don't know.
Champ getting caught out here before you can lay some traps down. So it looks like PAL's going to get a free push here on the FC a little bit.
Well,
No,
they came. You might want to tune back into
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Discord stream.
Watch Wouches, and I can.
Yeah, might go live in Discord.
Because there's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I think there's a 1 minute delay on this actual stream, maybe a little longer, but
Yes, so CWS is actually going to the other enemy's base.
they're death balls
gonna-
right now.
Yeah, it will be a little bit confusing with both Horde teams playing the Alliance base, but
Yeah, I wonder here, I think there's kind of this funny interaction where I wonder if Ent is getting a whisper from Haas like, hey, just please don't sap our guy. We're trying to, like, if we're going to agree to these splits, we're going to agree to them. We're not going to let you, bully us one player down. And I agree with it. I think a lot of teams, especially in the, before the tournament started, would allow these pushes to happen. And it's just it's a silly thing to allow. So I think a lot of people watching these games look at teams that do this and are like, oh, they're being so lame and turtling. But it's really, they're just asking for a fair split.
right, yep, they're going to find their rogue, it looks like right now. So they're just going to waste time if they keep pulling this off.
Yep.
So, almost 30 learned the hard way that too. And we finally just started agreeing to it because we realized how much time we were wasting. And we wouldn't allow another team to get if there's a rogue on stealth, we would go find him.
Yep.
That's just what you do. So.
And then they might even do here, split up the res timers, and then it just becomes a hassle for PAL. So it kind of just, no one enjoys it. You just kind of take the split.
Just an overall smart play by CWS. I mean, people would look at this and call it a death ball, but this isn't a death ball. This is just strong mechanical gameplay.
It's cost of doing business. See Ant on my bottom screen, not really doing much, but he'll get action soon enough, I have a feeling.
We have Ventrix with the mind control helm on.
Good call out. So I think here PAL is saying, okay, we get it. We're gonna split, and then we'll probably see CWS slowly move here, and the game will progress the way we expect it to. I guess they're just rebuffing, eating, drinking.
Yeah, we see Thai food is top of tunnel, and I think they're going to wait for that. So
Yeah,
I mean,
they're probably
he's just
whispering,
wasting time.
we're not letting this happen, man.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a minute delay here. Watch. Where else should I be watching other than
So on my Discord,
Twitch stream?
I've gone live. So if you go to Discord and click on my name, there should be like a watch stream option. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll go to it.
Yep. All right, so now we're getting a mid fight, which doesn't really do much. We're seeing that CWS is coming out, and then Thai food is actually going up behind Sin and attacking Sin, but I don't know. I think all CWS wants here is to say, get your rogues out of stealth. Let us cross the same time as you, and then that's all we want. And I don't think that's too much of a tall order.
Yeah, I agree with it. Looks like Sin's getting close to Thai food here.
Yeah. I watched a tournament in 60s where this actually was an issue, and it just became a 2-hour stalemate until the tournament organizers eventually made them all unstealth and go offense. I don't foresee that happening here. I think 60s is just an animal where I don't think they play as many pre-mades or something, but they're just kind of running around waiting to find them.
Looks like we might have lost Foul.
Oh, really? I'll drag him back in.
He is he's not in channel, no.
Oh.
I'll let you know when
There
he's
he
back
is.
in the channel in general. All right. So we see Ohai and Thai food right behind Sin. And I think no, never mind. I was about to say Situations is running into one of them, so
I know Ohai, and I can imagine Ohai in Discord saying, "This is stupid. We should just unstealth and go stand next to our team and give them a split."
yeah, I mean, what do they
I don't know what, you know, I don't know what PAL is really trying to accomplish here. Maybe they're trying to maneuver such a way that they do get a team fight where the rogues, both rogues are behind Sin. That is an option.
Yeah, if they could get a sap
If I were
on the priest.
CWS here, if they're not allowing the split, I would just send all of our team to roof. Where
Here we go. He's sprinting. Here's a sap on J Fine.
all right, they're just gonna mop up these two rogues. Look at it, slow. CWS is finally getting there, but Ohai goes down. Typhoon's at about quarter health. Typhoon gets healed all the way up. Sin moving back towards GY. If you can hit this GY jump here, then this is really for naught. Augie's here just trying to dispel him while he does the jump. He gets sheeped. Sin gets a pretty fortuitous and then becomes bad luck fear. I'd like to see CWS move back here onto 3 people trying to cut off Sin. Looks like that's what they're doing. I'm not sure where Sin's going with this. I'd like to see him go back for that GY jump.
Yeah, he's in trouble here.
Yeah. He gets it though, and that's, now you're looking at this entire Horde team going to try to do GY jump, but I've watched them jump before. These guys aren't nearly as good at jumps as the other team. Rogue 9 goes down, Sappler goes down trying to do the GY jump, and, L Riggs goes down. These guys just aren't going to get it.
Yeah,
you really
I mean,
have to wonder, was it worth all this posturing just to have your rogues open up when your team is on the other end of the map, all of them die, and I just don't know what the plan was.
yeah, I think that we've tried that a few times with AT. I think that PAL just needs to figure it out. I think they haven't had a team that has really checked that, kept their rogues in check, and they're trying to see what they can get away with. They've been bullying all of their teams that are playing. So I'm happy that CWS is playing the way they are, and they're not going to let that happen. And it's almost impossible to lose a team fight under your own GY. So
Yeah.
as expected, they're clearing them out, and they're trying to go for the split here.
Yeah. Once you initiate too, unless you have, I think they have a rogue back still, both rogues back. I don't know what. I mean, I get what PAL's trying to do. They're saying, all right, if we do this rinse repeat this, we're eventually gonna get it. I mean, I think they might be right, but we'll see.
I'm trying to find Thai food right now. Okay.
I wonder.
Yeah, he is doing the same thing.
Yeah. And they're, I think, going to go up roof because then they can't get flanked by the rogues from behind. And that's the right thing to do. CWS got a lot of flack for this death ball strategy in 29s, 19s, but we're kind of seeing why. I mean, Spacebar got flack for going roof in 29s, in 19s, but now you're kind of seeing why it's necessary. If one team isn't wanting to split, the best thing to do is just send 10 roof. and then wait for them to go. It's
Yeah, I believe we call that the almost 30 strat, right? That's what you guys are calling it.
the AT special, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is your own
The AT
base, right?
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we're gonna see Ventrix and Haas go to the other end of the map. Maybe try to sap the priest. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, one thing I know is we are in for a long game if Pal thinks they're going to play like this. So
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's if this is the way they want to play, then this is the way they want to play, and
Right.
there's no rules against it. It's totally fine, but I think it's pretty. It's to me, it says we don't. Okay, I don't know why Sin's going down here. He's about to run right into this rogue. But to me, it just kind of says, like, oh, we don't really want to move to splits. We might as well just, do what we'll just try to take this small advantage and move on it. But I don't actually know how big of an advantage it is when you have, all these people with the FC anyway. They're pinned to their own graveyard. Killing someone doesn't really do anything.
hey, so Schmuck is saying that it's pretty choppy because you're doing the stream and stream.
Should I just
So-
cut it out, do you think?
I guess what are we talking about? The Discord?
I think the only is the mainstream choppy as well, or both.
Let's get some confirmation.
Yeah,
Give me a
if
sec.
the picture-in-picture is going to be choppy, I think. Just running two WoW things on parallel streams is probably just going to mess it up. Alright, so here they're just going to melt Rogue 9.
Hey, do you want to go ahead and pull scope in?
Sure, since we're waiting on, then once Bullet Val gets put back, we'll run it.
He said
scope.
Schmuck says when you stream picture in picture, it lags main. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll turn off that then. Alright, so now we've connected. Looks like Moose Sapler is on him, and he gets a charge on Ojai. I don't think two people are going to kill Bear, surrounded by his team. So we're just looking again at, Pal sending in 5 versus 10. All they're asking for is an even split.
yep. Hey, could you unmute scope?
I think he just unmutes himself and turns himself
Okay.
on push to talk.
Hey guys, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
hey,
scope?
what's up, man?
Not much. Dog, do you mind streaming Discord so I can see it through your point of view, not the delay?
Oh, did I not stream?
Yeah, you
No,
know,
no, you shouldn't though, Watch, not you.
Watch
Stream
is
us your,
streaming.
your frames, yeah. It doesn't show it in the coverage. It doesn't show it in my Discord right now. I'll show you, Watch. But yeah, continue talking. I want to disrupt. It might also be just a permission thing. Not sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. We got to have permission issues because that actually happened the first stream with me, so
No
Yeah.
worries, no worries.
we'll fix it when we have a chance.
Yeah, sorry. I
problem.
just figured we do have people in the base. They're not letting up. They're not really letting gentlemen splits happen. And yet, it looks like CWS says, whatever, we're going in anyway. So,
Yeah, I mean, those
curious
guys are
to
kind of
see
like that.
how this plays out.
I'm
Nope,
surprised to see Pal
CWS is
playing
sending
like this.
their team back. I mean, I don't blame him. Like, you have 5 people in base, and,
Or maybe they're going for the long con and trying to get Ventrix to have to go back to work.
yeah, I mean, we have a 2-hour delay regardless. The way I view this is just kind of waste of time. I guess here, though, Sin is
100%
at
agree.
half, and, the priest gets sheeped right away. Hunter's there. Cannabis is here, though, to heal Sin. But Sin, low.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble here. Looks like he's going out mid.
Yeah. And there's no one from PAL. You'd think PAL would pull some of their defense off to go mid for these situations. But instead, they're just running 5 into 10 and hoping to catch CWS with their pants enough on the ground that they'll get caught.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, they got him to half there, and it was 2v3. That's probably the best they're going to get, especially because CWS was trying to make something happen. But we'll see. And see Pal just sending all the rezzers back. They're not even giving it a chance of it to happen. So
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think they will learn eventually, unless CWS just gets sick and tired of it and just says, okay, we'll take an unfair split. But I hope they don't.
I hope so too. I think it would be in, this is a tournament. Like, why would you? This isn't, one team fight. They even won the team fight. It's not one team fight we win. We drink and then you guys beat us to, the ramp. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the end game is here. And we see both rogues. We see a mage and a priest behind. CWS might be going for like a chop.
Hey, we're getting some more feedback that the 40s music is still playing.
Okay.
The jazz music.
Turn it off.
And so there's no WoW noises apparently. And
Do
he
they
says
want
the
WoW
mini map.
noises?
I don't know. I guess.
Okay. How do I do WoW noises? I don't play with sound on really.
Go to your interface. On your so press escape. And then right there in system, it should be in your
Okay.
You could remove the in-game music and just leave the ambience and the dialogue, I believe.
Gotcha. So I got that. Looks like someone got sapped. Haas got sapped. They're gonna send it back. Send back their rogues. Send back their team to cover the rogue. But then, yes, it's just I'm not really sure where we're going with this. Grenade on a Sin.
Yeah, because PAL isn't even. They're not pulling their defense up to come help either. So it's basically a 6v10. They're trying to catch them out.
And they see everyone is on hid, so they're just running back. They sheep Neeson, running back the druid to be safety. It's odd. It's just really odd. You'd think at some point PAL would say, okay, we'll stop sending people into your base and let you split evenly. But
yeah,
we'll
but I mean, there's a little more you can do. It's not only on PAL. Like, PAL's trying to cheese it and really like put their power down. Like put the foot down and try to just make something happen. But CWS has like a lot of opportunities in regards to their strategy. They could literally 10 men into their base and gauntlet their roof.
Yeah,
and
for
force,
sure.
Like force the AT special and get out once again, and then have Sin go their base and send a 9-man push.
Yeah,
there's endless opportunities. It's just that
that's what ended up happening in Spacebar CWS, where Spacebar started. We kind of had a rotating turtle, right? We had 10 people roof, then 10 people in graveyard, 10 people midfield, slowly pushed to 10 people in their base. And yeah, it was kind of a rotating team fights, and that definitely could be an outlet that they seem to go, but instead it looks like we got some even splits, 6-4s both sides. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
and I don't think PAL was doing anything malicious. Like I don't think PAL was saying, oh, let's get him, or like, I think they thought they had an advantage. They wanted a couple looks at pressing their advantage, and they went with it.
Right, I agree. This isn't just a pickup game. This isn't just a random war game. This is a tournament. You know what I mean? There's a lot more than just W for the night. It's bragging rights, as Dog can tell you. You know what I mean? You want to win that
for sure. So they had an early drop CWS here. I actually really like the early drops. I think teams have been really bad on defense once they get connected on. In this tournament, I think kind of saying elongating the period of time between getting connected on and the like first contact and the rotations is actually really smart.
Hey, Wouch. So I'm thinking what I'll do is, just to help you out here, is you're going to be having to constantly snap. So I'll let you know if anyone is in trouble. So we do. CWS is connecting right now. They're on the roof.
Okay.
Looks like frost
looks
traps
like
are
both teams are starting to connect, but it looks like CWS definitely is doing a good job slowing PAL behind them. And it looks like a dash was used, but then he dashes right into J-Fine and Kashi, and is going back up to roof. Oh, he charges back on Kashi. Smart play. Interrupts the poly. Not looking good for Ent. He's out of mana. He had one more shift, shifts into bear, but he runs right into his healer. His healer might get a good fear off. Kashi's getting a sheep onto his healer. Haas connects on Ent. It's going to be about tot jumps here, and we know that favors 19s. Big fear onto convertible.
Oh, look at the
convertible,
charge
wow,
up.
charge onto red fins. He's
Oh,
going to be
you have to
regretting
be
that one.
watching
I
that.
know.
Yep.
That's something 19s don't know about.
It hits the jump.
Yep.
The 29 jump.
Yeah. And Sin goes down. Sin died. I think Sin was on cap or close to it. I wish we had picture-in-picture. But it looks like Ent is going back to his team. Looks like CWS is going to go pick, and then we're going to kind of have one of these situations where both teams are trying to get out of the base. Well, one team is trying to get out of the base, one team's trying to chop them off. All right, tournament goes back, and the flag goes back.
Hey, Wouch, and for the guest speakers, we're going to have to give them all permission so they can see your screen in here.
Oh,
So,
man. All right, I'll give them all
yeah.
admin.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, a few technical difficulties here, but
Yep, Scope has admin now if he wants to unmute and watch the stream.
All right, I got it. Yeah, I'm in now. Live picture now. Let me close this one.
So we have red fins just on convertible, but let's see where the flag is. The other team, Sin has it. So Can We Stop mentioned that they thought that, you know, these situations really did favor Alliance. So now it's Horde v Horde. I'm curious to see, you know, how this looks for them. But it looks pretty safe. It looks like Sin kind of getting away untouched.
yeah, a lot of blue around.
Perfect.
And that might be because Redfin's had some pressure on and maybe some of his teammates, you know, went to peel Redfin's off of him.
Right, right. I mean, in this case, I kind of would want to see CWS send a little more than just, or at least not having to escort so many back. You know what I mean? Having their rogues probably go to Horde base right now, put some pressure on them because they're only running 2 in that base. You know what I mean? And Sin was pretty much untouched crossing. So
He really was. Yeah. It almost seemed like very few people were even after him. I think it was just all I saw was Sampler.
Pretty much. And I mean, there's people across the map, like maybe in chopping position, but I mean, CWS dropped everybody back to kind of like cut that chop.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know what they're playing for in this case. CWS really has that stubborn mentality in regards to what they want to do and wait for that split. But POW, I don't know, man. I don't know. See, they only have 3 back right now. It's interesting what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the idea of saying, okay, well, if they're going to do this, maybe we can catch them off guard, send 2 of our own on offense, sap one, mind control helmet the other, take out the FC. But, you know, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but it seems like it's possible, right? You know, they could mind control, they could maybe get a sap on discs, mind control.
I totally forgot about that. You're right, 100%. There's so many opportunities there.
Yep. It's even just one player, right? If one player plays really well, they might be able to just pick off Ent.
Right. No, I agree, 100%. And then if you throw like more people running across just to Mongo, even bigger situation. It's a matter of time. Here, can you open your map real quick one more time? Sorry.
Yep.
F4, 6. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like they were waiting for Vintrix to spawn, and now I assume they're going to push them back a little bit, and then they wanted to get the gentleman split. But Typhoon's creeping up a little bit too far. So
not zoning at all. That's the weird thing right now. You know, because Horde, I mean, not Horde, I mean, yeah, Horde side this game, they could just push to Zerka, get on top or something, even delay the game further.
30 minutes in. Yeah, there's been a lot of kills from Alliance side, but that's mostly just taking people out.
Right.
For sure.
Yep, 1 split so far. So
yeah,
I know CW
splits out of any game, but Sin did die, and you know, Ent got below 30% at one point. So, you know, the splits have been relatively close. I wish we had picture-in-picture to see how Sin died. My guess it was him moving towards cap, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, there goes Typhoon just went down. So looks like CWS is trying to split now.
But
PAL's saying no. It's just
they want an advantage.
They don't like to split. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to take an even split, So
Yeah,
against a
and
good
safe
team,
word
they
was
will.
that he runs back.
This is interesting.
Nope, but now they pulled the goalie. The flag carrier's out here too, but they're moving back. So I think
I
we're going to
wouldn't be
see a split
surprised,
here. I
but
think we're going to see a split here. I'm not sure.
kind of,
It
yeah.
looks like it.
Yep. But CWS is way too ahead. Pal
Yeah.
didn't go back in time. I mean, who knows though? Who knows?
When you factor in frost traps, there's enough variance. Well, now it looks like they're running back. So
Yeah.
maybe that little inch mattered to him, but
Which is
interesting.
reasonable.
It
I'd love
is.
to see
It
one of
is.
the hunters from defense on CWS side to come up to offense. Use
Mhm.
that aspect of the cheetah to do some work.
If I'm CWS here, I think I just send all these people out to mid to cut in case they are able to chase Ent out of the base.
True. I agree. I think I would do the same thing. Or even fake the split, fake the charge up. Just come out, get out of the base, let your rogue sit in their base. Use that moment of confusion to get some positional like advantage.
Yep. The people behind are flanking now, and they're connecting. PAL does I don't know what it is, but PAL really does a much better job CCing at the initiation of fights. I'm guessing that's just positioning, and they're able to catch,
It's mechanics,
CWS,
100%
behind.
mechanics.
You think so? Yeah.
100%, man. There's this I don't know if you guys ever watched the retail twin tournaments.
Mhm.
There was like I mean, you had your OG teams, right? You had like Scoratio with Pizza. You had
Okay.
the EU guys, GSE. Those guys were like, EU is known to be really mechanically good, right?
Yeah.
But Pizza was really good with the strategy. That this was his game, right? Essentially, in regards to like I guess after his teenage years, more or less.
Mhm.
But here's the common distinction between two teams was that when the end gamers came from the multi glads, whatever came, the biggest thing that was the difference there was mechanics.
Mhm.
Yes, the 19 teams had all the strategy, had all the meta understanding, but when you are so good mechanically, you could force situations.
For sure.
You know
And
what
you
I mean?
think
And
that's
that's
what PAL's doing right now?
100%. I mean, what was the comment you made earlier in the beginning of the pregame? You said or either you or Dog said it, that Pal just seems to be winning a lot of the mid fights.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's needed in mid fights? Damage and coordination.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And what's that relative to arena? You know what I mean? Like you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what your role is. You have to know what you have to accomplish within the time frame, and that's what they're doing. They get in there and
All right.
they know what the plan is, and they get it.
So it looks like we were about to get a split, but now Pal's collapsing again. So this is.
I think PAL is, even though they won that first split, I think we're at a point where it's a mind game. I think they are frustrated. They even tagged me in Discord. They're frustrated that they split that about earlier. I think now they're saying, "Oh, you're trying to pull a fast one on us like we did you. We're not going to let you bully us." Even Rogue 9 standing there in his power pose. With,
Yep. So I'm happy that
Rhonda.
CWS pulled back. So.
Yep. I mean, they're saying we're not. Yeah. I think
there's an even split right here. This is
Yeah.
completely even. So.
And I don't want to come off like I'm a CWS fan. I'm in Spacebar. They can go suck an egg for all I care. But I think I'm just trying to be objective and say I think that's what's going through both teams' mind. I think right now we're at a mental game where both teams don't want to give an inch, and I think CWS, is cognizant of that, and I think PAL is learning quickly that CWS isn't trying to pull a fast one. They just want an even game.
Yeah, a quick game.
Yeah, maybe not a quick one. But yep. So CWS avoiding the frost traps until the last one. Probably the Australian. Can't trust them.
Cannot trust them.
Cannabis pushing up the tunnel. And let me know if Sin gets under pressure, and I'll swap back.
Gotcha.
I like watching it, so
yeah, for sure. Their strategy, they're just sitting roof, huh? They're trying to delay time. They really have faith in their offense.
Yep. And Sin is
so.
Sin some,
yeah, Sin is taking some damage. Typhoon sheep though.
Yep. And he gets feared. But the priest is sheep. The priest has spent most of this game in sheep. Maybe you do a little better job pulling Neeson off of him.
And still untouched, it looks like, too.
Yep. So this is kind of the opposite of the last push, where the last push it felt like, Sin was largely untouched for much of it.
Right. And Disc is going down as well.
Oh, wow.
I think.
And
Oh,
Sappler
wow.
misses another jump. He really needs to figure this. But Sin
Yeah.
jumps right into it. And Sappler does correct, gets that
This might be
jump, which is a
return.
good one. And it looks
Yeah,
like a return.
Int is going for the
This is
cap. It
Int.
looks like.
Yep. Let's
They
see
should
if
have
he can.
repick.
It looks
They
like he
should
should
have
be able
repick.
to.
They have
Yep.
repick, yeah.
Vendrix has the repick, but he's, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, they're delaying.
Champ has it. Yeah, they're delaying.
This is most likely
but
going to
literal
be a
God,
cap.
Yeah, literal
situation
God.
has it.
It looks like Convertible's on cap, about to die. Oh, and he goes down.
Nice.
Wow, what a
nice.
repick
Literal
by
God has it.
situations.
He's about to hand it off to too much Sin.
Open map.
It's Sin. Oh wow, he gets feared off of it.
Return.
That was a bad pass. I don't know what the
For sure.
plan on that
Oh, high
was.
though, man. Oh, high. Get in that
Yeah.
play right there.
Good fear
is that
by
the first
Roguenon.
contestant?
Yeah, first
that
contestant. Yeah, I want to shout out. Sapler did miss this jump, but then hit that
Came
jump,
back.
and that was what led to the kill. So great job on
Dude,
him.
immediately got on it. But I think overall, Ant really just stayed untouched there, and CWS had the right idea by killing Disc
Yep.
in that roof stall, but I mean they didn't capitalize, they didn't get it. You know what I mean? Then
Yep.
at that point, Ant was gone, and so much pressure was on Sin that like you said, once Apple got on top, it was over. It was over.
Here's
He jumped
the
right into somebody else.
power of the Warlock here is Warlocks can really just CC two people. He was trying to run towards his team with the flag and just had no safety, but Sin was able to get it to him pretty quickly.
Agreed.
And Neeson passes it off to Ent, and now, free look for one side. I don't really think we're getting a look from either team that's going to result in a kill, but, definitely with your FC not under pressure, definitely PAL should try to put some damage on CWS.
Let's look at this. This transition seems kind of slop from CWS here.
Yeah,
but
it
how many
does.
people
Yeah,
are
we
really
got
contesting?
Ohio is all over. Too much Sin.
J Master dies. Rogue 9 low.
Yeah, Sin runs
Nissan
right
low.
into 4 people. I think he should have stayed back more. I think he's going to regret
Yeah,
that.
Thai food's on him right now.
Yep.
He should do the little stump jump right there, right? Like right on the little side. Get
Yeah.
some advantage in terms of like height.
Yep.
Charge goes
I think
out.
he goes
too
down,
low.
and it
Yeah,
looks
he's
like
gonna die for sure.
Yeah, I think he's down for the count.
Yeah, a lot of red.
Oh wow.
But a lot of blue as
Great-
well.
yeah,
What a
Great
Frost Nova.
by Kashiwakaze.
Freaking boost, man. All right, let's get it. So he seems safe now. At this point, they should just. Oh, actually, no. They have a rogue kind of cutting the
Yeah.
other side of the rejuve.
Yeah,
But
but we
Sin
have
should do that jump ASAP.
Yeah, I
Like, ASAP.
agree.
Just too low. Too many resources wasted. Like it doesn't
I
make
agree.
sense.
I
Stop
agree. You've
getting
kind
to
of
the corner.
seen their weakness. Like they're kind of crushing you in everything except jumps. If I were CWS, I would just lean on those, and I would, just hop up that graveyard
100.
whenever possible.
all right, Thai food goes
100%.
down, and you're going to see a full wipe here.
Yep.
And
It was a
push.
good
This is
look.
where they push. This is where they
this is
create them.
where you would expect them to do maybe like an 8-man push, especially. But I think
I think they just
we're
want
at the
the
point in
split.
the meta where PAL and it's smart. This isn't 19s in March. I think PAL would see an 8-person push and say, okay, we're just going to 10-person turtle. I think
Right.
the way the meta
Agree.
is the only way to progress these games is either kill a flag carrier in transition or kill them in an even split.
Right. I
Right.
agree. I guess I
Especially
don't know.
in these
Maybe
brackets. Maybe without rocket boots, you might be able to. Maybe with rocket boots and skull, you might be able to push something. I don't know. And maybe we'll test that once the tournament's over. But with these current
maybe.
rules and the skill sets that the kits that these classes have, I think that's really the only way that it happens.
Yeah,
right.
completely agree. So here we go. We looks like we have an even split going right now.
Yep.
PAL might be a little bit ahead.
They are, but we'll see how it goes. You'll see Orchids place a trap at the bottom of tunnel. Not risky, but if they got caught within a mind control helm, there's you can just leave her on stay, and then they can maybe make some ground and avoid the trap here.
Mm-hmm.
So Sin early drops right now.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think the early drop, like I said, I think it's actually really smart. I think
Warlock there though.
Yep, the Warlock there. Hopefully they're able to, for their sake, get a sheep on. They're probably going to try to melt this succubus, but they're not doing a great job at it.
Yeah. I think the path so far.
Went down.
Yeah. The pathing for CWS seems to be very routine right now.
Yep.
I don't know how good that's
okay.
going to
Let's see
be.
if they get a gouge on one of these priests. Might get a gouge cheap on the FC. Interesting.
Yeah, Augie just needs to keep running.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time,
Get back into bear and
just keep
run.
running. Yeah. This is going down on the other side.
Yeah, it looks like they're connecting right now on
It's
roof.
not a good look for CWS.
Yeah, not a great look.
Yeah, too much Sin's probably going down. Int. He's kind of hovering around cap right now.
Is he? Oh, this might be it.
Sin's getting. See,
Yep,
you know, one
he
good
is-
thing to note: other teams in this tournament
sitting
give up
cap.
huge bear
Yeah.
charges here, and CWS, you know, PAL does not give up those easy bear charges.
Yeah.
This is about to be a cap. There it is.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's 1-0. Clean play by PAL, though. I mean,
I agree. I
they
agree.
pinned
Yeah,
him in the
Pal's
tunnel.
offense
That's
is
exactly what
looking
they wanted.
awesome.
It is. It's looking a lot better than you know, and their defense too. Their defense has been their weak point in their last few games, and you know, definitely they're up against one of the better offenses, and they look great. So
I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
not much difference. You know, and you know, I think now that they've seen that they kind of have the advantage of these splits, they've won, you know, every split so far. I think the first was pretty close, but I think, you know, going forward, we're probably going to see them ease onto the splits and not go for maybe pushing these small advantages as much. But that's just my guess.
Right. I agree. I agree. I think this is similar to what BTNE was doing with who they play recently? Was it
Almost 30.
exactly? And they're testing the strats that they have, right? Like
Yep.
I mean, even in the game versus Power, where they brought the no shaman, you
Oh,
know, I
for
think
sure,
it's similar
yeah.
to that. Maybe Pal's doing the rendition of that themselves, where they're practicing. Maybe we could cheese it. Okay,
Yeah.
so far we can't cheese. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
here they are, putting faith in their team. The trick sap, not good luck
Yeah.
for them. Two people right next to him. Too much tension. Just get that jump. I'm telling you, get that jump somewhere. Get away from that.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree with you. I think jumps are maybe the key for CWS in this game, and I think
agree.
jumps historically have been irrelevant in pre-mades for the most part.
Yeah, yeah, and he keeps rotating into the enemy team just consistently.
All right,
Yeah, and we see
good,
see 8 on him right now, where we
Yeah.
traditionally we're seeing 4 back at base. They're kind of wising up now in
Yep.
transition, and they're
Pushing their
putting their entire
advantage. Yep.
yep.
Rather than saying, okay, we're just sending our 6-person offense.
He might go down here, guys.
He looks like he's going down.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially there's just no, you know, CC going out on the side of PAL, which is just great priest play, right?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, if he just does that stump jump
Yeah,
right there,
why doesn't he? Yeah, but I think that they should be making the way to their own GY here and just hitting that GY jump.
yeah, but what's his mana look like right now?
Not
What's
sure. I'm
Sin's
waiting
mana
for him
look
to
like
shift
now?
out, but it's been a couple seconds. Smartly staying in bear though when he has the shaman and rogues on him, and they
Yeah.
take out the shaman.
Is that Warlock up top?
The warlock. Yeah, that's the that's the rogue. That's Typhoid, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay,
I mean,
we see PAL here. They're pushing 10 on 0. Or 9 on 0, I should say. It is the only one back.
Yep. And this is a good ability to have. You're not great at jumps yourself. Mind flay, and you know, Sin gets the jump first time regardless. And we see, you know, PAL just kind of waiting to get mopped up. Now maybe we'll see a
It
split
was
here.
relatively full in regards to both his mana and
Yeah,
health.
he took a lot of damage. I think, you know, once again, I just think PAL has superior. You were maybe saying it was the mechanics, coordination, communication, whatever it is. They're getting the CC out and able to apply damage much quicker than the other team is able to pull people off of him.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, CWS isn't really doing themselves a favor by having Sin really not like be aware of his positioning. You know what I mean? Like he just keeps rotating into them and not using his advantages. You know what I mean? Like come on, you have the ability to jump. You know what I mean? Like be LeBron, freaking take it to the hole. You know what I mean? Like get out of danger. Like what's so hard about that? You know what I mean? But same time, you know, PAL sees it. PAL sees that weakness right now, and they're kind of exploiting it.
For sure.
You know that those transitions are not looking good for CWS, and that's weird, you know, because I mean the whole idea of the death ball was transitions, and I'm not to say that's what they're doing, but it was coined that way because they were dominating those transitions. They were forcing those transitions, you know. But I mean here's another split, right? Check map real quick.
Yep, we got a split going on.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'll sit. Who do you guys think I should sit this time? I feel like the
Probably
damage
on
is getting put on Sin more.
Yeah. Stay on Sin. I'll let you know if Int's in trouble. Right now, I think CWS needs to send more roof. They're getting stalled out, and they can't connect in time.
Yeah, they got Warlock and
they're
Rogue
doing this
cutting right
quick
now.
drop. I think this time Ojai is there to cut. He figured it
Yeah.
out, getting cheaped, and then Neeson's going to be able to come
Straight
here.
through. They drop way too early. Way too early.
It's
Like,
one of those
I
things
think
where once you do something a bunch, you probably should switch it up.
100%. And not only that, but they're not even having their mage go
Yeah,
first.
and now
You know what I
Ty's
mean?
going
Like,
to cut the.
All right.
You know, this is gonna
Yeah.
be
Hey,
quick.
so we got we do have Int in trouble right now. If you could pull. Oh, but a beautiful Frost Nova.
Okay, I wish we had
Yeah,
picture. I think.
Switch it over to Int.
Okay,
that
wow,
bomb,
he's
for
man.
sure.
really
He's
under
going down.
pressure.
Yeah, but they're not on cap though,
Oh,
so it doesn't matter.
he dropped.
You dropped
Yeah,
the
they're
flag.
trying to get a. I guess they're in position for the repick.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
Sapler
just
is
gonna
there.
reset.
Yeah.
I want to see standing here. I want to see defenses go back to team. Like, there's no point for them to chase. It's gonna be a
We're
repick no
gonna
matter
see
what.
a dash here,
Ooh, nah, for sure.
and
That was kind of spicy there though.
Yeah, it was getting a little dicey with just two. I mean, Rogue 9's incredibly good.
Dude, even here, leave Sin with mage. Just leave Sin with mage. Send nobody else.
Yeah.
Maybe they heard me. They didn't. Okay, bummer.
So Watch, I believe we have Jacko that wants to come in here soon.
Scope,
I told him to join.
If you want to stick around for a little bit longer, that's fine with me. I don't know what your schedule is, but you know, probably 4 people would be a lot. But not offended if you stay or leave, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you like. I don't mind muting. I just want to watch.
All right, cool. And once Jacko gets in here, we'll pull him in.
With their pick being contested real quick. Looks like only a 5-man though.
If Fiana's watching and wants to come in a bit, it's cool too.
Riggs taking some damage. Pow just got the res. Got to be pinched, and they're not touching it at all. Seems like a waste. They should just get out of there.
Yeah, I mean it's a free look though. You know that your team, they have no one on your FC. Might as well just send your people out for slaughter. It's a waste of time. It doesn't accomplish much. But if you think about it, okay, we can get 6 people on their FC, 6v10. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we catch them out of position. A lucky sap, a lucky mind control helm, something might work. But
yeah, we've seen it happen before where, in the transition, I know that Almost 30 has pulled it off a few times with the Ret Paladin and the double rogue. It's just too much damage,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, look, it's one of those things, it doesn't accomplish anything. Jehuda gets mad about it, I know. But I think it's worth doing. And they're going to both teams are going to eat and drink, wait for rezzers, and then they're going to go per usual.
All right, go ahead and pull Jack in, but also give him admin permissions. And yeah, Scope, thanks, man, for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Jack, how's it going, man?
Hey, fellas. How y'all doing?
Have you been watching?
I have been. It's been pretty interesting.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow, we have 106 viewers. That's pretty remarkable considering that it's like launch day for Shadowlands, midnight Eastern time. Pretty cool. So, thanks everyone for tuning in.
This time, I wish I was doing the picture-in-picture with you because I figured out the controls pretty much.
Okay,
I mean, at least on the FC.
I can actually set it up if you stream your Discord.
Okay.
All right. See, good things happen when I come in here.
Right. All right. Hey, Jack, can you check that out as well? Make sure the stream is looking okay.
So looks like CWS is a little behind on the split, but I don't know if they have the same cut as last time. CWS okay, so this is maybe a misstep by CWS, maybe not. They're jumping early like they did last time, but they ran right into all the different cuts last time as well. They're getting cheaped. There's a Warlock standing behind that fence, so we'll see what happens. The Shaman and the Priest are right behind them. They're going to actually meet up with the Druid. Not liking the spot of CWS here. But Sin gets feared, great fear pathing, but he trinkets the fear. I'm no expert, but part of me wonders, like, okay, if you get that lucky fear pathing, maybe you just save your trinket and then say, okay. All right, well, gets him to bear right before, but, I don't think this is going to be good enough. I think Sin's going down.
So Ant is coming up enemy tunnel right now, or his tunnel.
Ooh, nice.
Looking for a cap. I'm amazed he was able to get that. It looks like he charged on the other end of the map, other end of the fence. But still going down. I think Sapler is going to be able to drop and get him. A bash comes out, but right into Ojai.
Unfortunately, this is perfect timing for Int, too. He's coming.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would have let that return.
You have to let that return.
And you're saying it looks like Ant's good in the clear to cap?
He's coming up tunnel right now.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a second cap.
Ooh. Oh, they got a fear on him though. Right now.
Sitting cap.
Yep, I think it's going to be a
Oh
cap.
no, they didn't even return it. Right. Ooh, he's actually going down.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Killed him right off the bat.
Wow.
Great
That's
job.
crazy.
I tried to turn on the... Chomp Chomp had the flag and was running around, and yeah, wow, incredible. CWS, though, they're both daggers. Both rogues are daggers, so they just really push that damage.
Hey, can you throw the picture-in-picture up?
Yeah, let's see that right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking on. I have my Twitch open, checking it out. But it's what, a minute delay, he said, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So you should be watching in disc.
Yeah. I'm just looking out for when the picture comes.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow, by the way, I have to give you a shout out. Everything
Okay.
that you've done with the tournament has been amazing, honestly. And
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, it's even got me back to come and play WoW.
Awesome. People, let us know if the stream slows down or anything. I mean, my computer's not the best. I'm gonna be the first to admit that. So, but I appreciate that, Jacko, man. Like, I honestly missed you while you were gone. I think I kind of quit, and then I came back and you quit. So it's been a long time since we've,
Hey,
really...
so I was about to say, Sin is in a little bit of trouble right now.
A little bit, but it looks like, some good grenades came out by both sides, kind of muddied the waters, and then Sin was able to run around. A missed grenade on Elrig. Rogue 9, though, gets a nice grenade there. Just a lot of grenades coming out. Another one.
Sin is a little bit separated from his team.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to get
Half
heals
health.
off
He
against...
might be going down right now.
Yeah, it's rough
very-
running
Charge
into
back in.
Shaman.
It's a
Shaman's
lot of red.
fantastic. Yeah, a lot of red here. And he moves
he's
out of bear
Oom.
form.
And
that
he's
looks like
Oom.
And
Now the
it
question
doesn't look
is-
like
check
there's
in.
going to be anyone able to repick. Champ's trying his hardest, but I think that's a dash cap by
Oh, yeah,
Convertible.
you got it.
Yep,
Yeah, you got
it's second cap.
It's
Yeah, so
odd,
more of the
it's-
same from Pal. They're
it's-
kind of bullying them in mid.
It is, yeah. I feel like there's been some good mid fights for CWS. Like, let's not forget the first mid fight. CWS did kind of have a leg up, and I think some of these they've been able to get away relatively cleanly. So that one, though, just looked like all those grenades came out perfect timing. Kind of what Scope was saying, just the really good coordination, the presence of mind and the awareness to say, okay, well, we're not going to be able to get real slow on them, we're going to stun them, and then it gives everyone time to maybe cut people off. They were able to, push their shaman and the rogue onto the priest and also slow the druid so that they couldn't really heal with the priest because he was getting interrupted. It was just, kind of a clinic in how you should do these cuts in mid fights. Curious to see if they've been practicing that or talking about it after watching almost 30 get away with so much.
So we see Pal, they're sending the lock to cut him on ramp as well as someone else.
Watch, do you think CWS, since they're down 2-0 right now, that they might switch something up on defense? Maybe like run a 5-5 or...
Maybe. I'd like to see it. I think, no, honestly, I think this is the first game I've seen a good defense out of anyone, and Pal's defense has been playing pretty well, but, and still, and honestly, Ent only really died when he went to cap. So, I don't know. I think if I were CWS, I would run a 5-5. I think for most of this tournament, teams have not played well in these splits on defense, and I think that, a lot of it has to do with hunters, and I think Siri is actually plays her hunter a good bit and is pretty good on her hunter, and I wouldn't be shocked if that is kind of the difference. So, I'm not saying Champ hasn't played well. That's not what I'm saying at all, but I'm saying that...
Hey, if we look back, Nissen is CCing Champ and Jay Fine. They're all the way back in the base, and In is making his way to top of tunnel for cap.
Interesting. Well, they were able to pick the flag, Sin was. And it looks like he's getting away somewhat cleanly, except for this hunter. It looks like they're going roof. I don't know if I like going roof there, but I'm guessing, they have enough people watching, communicating, telling where to go.
I think you hear the AT special, and then
Yeah. I was just speaking the devil. Probably just going to try to pick off Elrig here.
I think there's a lot of pressure going on too. So with the decision making, they're just trying to feel, whatever is the safest. So when in doubt, just go to roof. And just like you said, with the AT special, I mean, it hasn't failed yet. So let's see if we can get a CWS special out here.
We have a 5v3 going on roof. I think a win for them is killing the priest and the mage, and then sheeping the shaman, but we'll see if they're able to get that far. War Stomp, just incredible War Stomp. I mean,
looks like looks like they're jumping down a couple of the people, a couple of the horde. So I guess horde of the red.
Taking out Sapler, he goes down pretty quickly.
And Wouch, we are doing picture-in-picture, right?
Yep. So you want to
Yeah,
move on
it
to
is a
else?
little. It is a little choppy though.
Is it choppy on my stream as well though, or just on the picture?
No, so it's because of dogs inside Discord.
His stream
is
just
what it is.
ended as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I mean,
There we
Yeah, I
go.
think we don't.
I started back up.
we're definitely not the A team. I'll tell you that much.
Watch, man, it's not the stream itself. It's just that when you switch between windows,
Mhm.
it'll chop the one that you're not on.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way for me to fix that.
You can't.
Though.
You can. It's
Okay.
just a computer thing. You can't.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, is this
It's
better
okay,
than
I think-
nothing, or would people rather have me just turn off the picture-in-picture?
Just keep main and let the bottom one sit down, or even
Well,
make it
no.
smaller if you want to.
Okay.
What I think it might be, because when I was watching Dogs Discord at the same time as watching the Twitch, his is also doing the same thing as what people are seeing on Twitch. So I think I think it's his Discord, the Discord stream.
I like what Pal's been doing here. They've been having a pretty good cadence on sending up a few people at a time just to harass him, while they kind of establish maybe some advantages around the other parts of their base. And I think a lot of times what other teams do is say like, okay, let's run 5 people up, and then we'll cut like 2 each everywhere. I kind of like the idea of just send up 3, at a time. Maybe, do some damage, pick people off that are trying to catch for the people with the flag, and it's more surgical than kind of, I feel like, the haphazard approach other guilds have had.
Have you ever seen a successful boxing in when people
Yeah,
go to Root?
definitely happens a good bit of time. I feel like especially in cases where teams are able to get a good sap on a horde team because they don't have bop, it's just things like that where you're able to maybe put a CC on that's hard to dispel. It's
Looks
able
like
to
they're
happen. Or
dropping now.
Piercing Howl. No one really runs Piercing Howl,
Yeah.
but I remember Piercing Howl being really good in these spots.
Right, looks like they are leaving the base right now. They have four of the red trailing right now. Pal. Ooh, they might be connecting
Some
actually.
bear on bear violence. Love to see it. And it gets the bash off. I think that's, the plan. Misses the grenade.
Ooh.
And now he's
He's actually trailing. Yeah,
yeah,
he's on
but he
him
gets
now.
he gets a nice Nature's Grasp on him.
Nice. I think he might get away here.
I think so too. It's gonna be close though.
Oh, but you got Typhoon sprinting right behind.
Yep,
He
gets
also
the nade. Let's see if Ventrix is able to get the good gouge off. No, it looks like he dodged the gouge.
I'm telling you, this is the toughest thing to perfect. No matter how much you try to practice of trying to block from in, it just doesn't ever work out.
I think this is where warriors are best though. I think getting that gap closer into a Piercing Howl is like the best chance you have to stop. I remember going against Kankin in these spots and being like, wow, this is really frustrating because it's so easy to reapply that AoE slow that's undispellable.
Yeah, of course, with the Shadow Meld little trick too.
For sure.
Notorious Gankin Shadow Meld.
And it looks like they were able to execute it pretty well.
Yeah.
So let's see what time we're at. Oops, that's my add-on. So
1
it looks
hour.
like we have an hour left. Let's see if CWS is able to switch it up. But same time tomorrow if we don't finish or have time for a second game. My guess is if we finish in the next 15 minutes or so, we'll fire off a second game and just play until 2 and then restart with the same score as tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes.
Hey, Dog, in this position, say if you were Haas, what would you be telling your team right now?
I guess I would be, as I think Scope or Wouch pointed out, maybe think about the 5-5 split. I mean, really what's going on is the PAL offense is just too strong right now, and they're connecting very easy. So I think, something that we're not talking about too is they're used to playing in Horde base, and it's a huge disadvantage to be playing in Alliance base right now. If your team is Horde, because everybody bases their characters pretty much based on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I will say, you know, it looks like actually we win a lot of females on CWS's side though, so they should be jumping through the fence pretty nicely. Outside of Sin.
So it looks like they're not changing anything up on defense. They're still running with the 6-4. And my question is, I wonder if they're gonna stay on roof, since it seems like Pal's figured out that they're dropping
the chop. I agree. I would like to see them not go bottom door right away. I'd like to see them, if they do a quick drop, maybe, you know, go balcony, like back. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
But has anyone even tried the banana? Like going right back up banana? I haven't seen
No,
that.
I haven't seen a banana circle yet.
Yeah.
Yep,
Something
so
else.
we have.
They looks like they're doing it again, and it's just, you would think, you know, I know 2 of them are rogues, but you're able to see what the rest of the team is up to.
So they're staying.
So they're 4 coming up. So they're pushing with 4 this time. So maybe this is a mind game and saying, okay, we're going to push with 4. One of them stealth. They don't know that. And we're going to, oh, they just pulled them out. But I thought, you know, maybe this is a way to kind of say, okay, they think they, like, you know, I'm trying to say, like chess, or, okay, they know we're going to do this because they think we're doing that, and then we think we're doing that, so we're going to do this.
Yep. So CWS, I think that they should maybe push one more roof, because it seems like the stall is very effective right now.
Yeah, I think so too. And just fine, LOS wasn't able to get those sheeps off. It looks like Ent might be dropping here. Looks like he'd be dropping to Haas, though, if he does drop.
So Sin is getting connected on right now. The charge at the totem.
Maybe you could fake jump off of here.
Oh, I thought he was going to get it.
I thought he was going to fake off.
This is not
jumps,
a good position.
It's not a bad. You should not have.
Usually want to jump with your team, not by yourself.
All right, so Ent is in a great position to cap.
I think it's going to be a cap here.
This might be game.
I think that jump was ill-advised. And there's Augie finally. Yeah, I think you have to wait for your team to jump.
We got the fear on Ent.
Oh,
and then a fear both the rogues off if they could return here.
Wow.
Yep.
The game?
It was.
This game.
So it looks like we have 50 minutes. I would imagine we're going to play another.
I think so too. I think if you subtract what happened in the very beginning of the game, which was like 20 minutes of time.
Yep.
It'll even out to 40 minutes.
I think there was good 30 minutes of them just trying to figure each other out. You know, like, I think there was a good 30 minutes. Okay. We're going to start in 3 minutes. I told both of them start in 3. We agreed before that if the game was under like an hour 15 minutes, we'd do the second one tonight. And I just want to get this show on the road.
Yeah, I'm really interested. Just for CWS, because
I will say that Pal's offense looked amazing. I'm very impressed. Yep. They put on a clinic, honestly. I mean,
they did. It was not even close. Even the times they missed the jumps, they did one of 2 things. They hit another jump to cut them off, or they said, you know what, I'm done jumping. I'm going to just go around and cut them off the old-fashioned way. And that's like the stuff I want to see. Like if like never giving up and just like continuing to push. Like I think some other teams say, okay, I messed up. I might as well just, you know, be a sitting duck for a bit. But they just kept applying the pressure, and you like to see that. Impressive stuff.
I think this next game is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
I think one with the Horde advantage, the Horde base, that I believe Sin is much more used to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also think they realized they made a lot of mistakes on defense that could have been, like, they either went too early or they stayed on roof way too long. So I think the next game is actually going to be different.
Yeah, I think they're going to watch this and see some of those drops and be like, maybe we should have done it differently. Because it felt like that first push, it was smart. It caught Pal off guard. You know, they got ahead of it. And, but then, you know, once it got to the point where, you know, they saw it coming, they were able to set up a lot of good cuts, and it felt like Sin just was running into a villain every which way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what CWS could have done differently. Like at the end, he was getting connected on. I think he should have maybe tried that fake jump. It looked like we all thought it was coming. But he dropped right into the rogue. So, and he was already 70% or so, and that after that drop, he's about 50%, and it was easy. So, I think CWS their offense is just not getting enough time, but at the same time, they're not putting enough pressure in the time where In is always in cap position too.
Yeah, I also want to comment. There's people in the chat saying that 39 is better than 29s. I have played with every 39s, a lot of 39s outside of PAL, PTL. I don't think a single guild outside of PTL could beat any of the top 4 teams in this tournament, and I think they would likely lose to This Is the Way in the Ruckus. I honestly believe that. If you don't actually think that, make a 29, come play, and figure it out for yourself. That's all I'm going to say.
If
Are you
Watch
laughing,
says
Jacko?
it has to be true.
Jacko, why are you laughing?
Someone said something funny.
Funny guy, huh?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to check on them. I'm going to give one more minute because I said 9:15.
Hey, can I add something too? You guys mentioned that that Pal's offense is really great. I think just like Jocko mentioned, CWS's defense really didn't play up to par today. I feel like maybe they're having an off night or something. I feel a lot of the strategy they know or they're not implementing, it's becoming pretty easy to see. You know what I mean? If it's like so laid out, then obviously Pal's gonna have a field day. They're just gonna go in another day in office, get some caps. You know what I mean? And they're sending Warlock up on the push. I mean, CWS is sending Warlock on the push, and I think like on paper that sounds really good in terms of like trying to obviously CC the priest. They're killing priests too, but what they're not doing is like cutting off the priest from coming back.
Yeah.
And so and like you guys mentioned, was always in cap position. So the goal when someone's on roof, at least in my head, is to kill priest, kill UFC, right? That's like, because if you're stalling up there, we already have people on top of you. We kill priests, you have no heals, you have no dispels. Now we're on top of you. But if your people down on cut do not stop the priest from coming back to your team, then you just fall into them. And as they did at that last cap, literally the last cap, it killed priest, it made it to cap. Priest came back and they were safe, and that was the whole cap right there. I think them sending Warlock on the push doesn't really help them, because it is control, but it isn't damage. And if they need to speed up that process, they need more damage, because they're not forcing Ant to really move. You know what I mean? And that really doesn't allow them to reset.
Yeah, to comment on that too, I think if the whole thing is, even if you send an extra up, it forces Ant to move, right? Because what you saw with a couple of the caps was Ant was always in position. Even if you send an extra, you're gonna have one less cut.
Right.
If your defense is in trouble, then if you have to drop the flag, you have that time for someone to run back. But if Ant is still on a roof and doesn't have that much pressure, then you also run the risk of what just happened.
For sure.
Caps.
Yep. Yeah, you might want to just send 5 up, and I think that they are leaving 2 down. I'm not positive though.
I think my opinion is, I'm about to drag Fion in here, but my opinion is, I think that honestly it's just cut and dry. I think the mages and the priests from PAL outplayed the mages and the priests from CWS. There was the priests were always in sheeps, the mages were always CS. It felt like CWS was able to get some good Novas out of the way, but in those team fights, if in a 2 mage versus 2 mage game, you really need to be on top of just making sure that your priests stay unsheeped and that the mages are just maybe a little less effective.
Dude, but then you have to add in the FCs too. I think in this game so far, it has played far better than Sin has. I don't see the typical Sin that I always see. I think Sin has been known to play like out of his mind.
I agree.
I think his positional awareness has been lacking. I feel like if he comes in next game and he understands what he did wrong the first game, then they could have a whole new game on their hands.
Yeah, Scope. So what do you think? Do you think that's a symptom of him playing on that alliance base where he's familiar with Horde? And a lot of times we saw like you need to jump allied GY, and you'll see Bong do it or walks. When in those situations, he goes immediately for that GY jump, and it seems like he was kind of hanging around a little bit. So I wonder if we'll see a little bit of a different story with the Horde base.
I mean, he should know. He should know. He plays both sides, both Alliance and Horde. The concept's the same. You're not jumping up there because you're Alliance. You're jumping up there because it's an advantage. It's a positional advantage. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's pretty obvious. Your players have to have roles, right? So like, if your hunter's taking the role of knowing where the rogues are, he tells you, "Hey, rogues are in mid. Get up top." You know what I mean? Get up top. You have the ability to get across. My bad. Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say something. But that's what I think, at least. I think that if you have that advantage, you should take it. It doesn't hurt you at all, and at best, it helps you. Staying in the same level as everyone else doesn't help you at all.
All right, invites out, dog. Just heads up.
Before you bring Fiona in here, who do you guys think is in the lead right now?
Oh,
That,
I think Pal's just, you know, I think they just play a lot more. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses for anyone, but like, this is not the CWS team we've seen before. Half their team doesn't even play anymore. You know, it's tough. You think about it, like Pal went and recruited the best players in every bracket. CWS said, all right, well, some of our best players quit. We're going to replace them with people who used to play retail with us. It's just it's different, right?
agreed, yeah.
CWS is still a great team. Nothing to take away from them, but I would think if they won this, it would be, you know, monumental.
For sure. They have a lot to prove in this case. I just would really like to see them try more strategies, man. I feel like there's so many options, and I think we're seeing the same one. You know what I mean? I feel like it's coming down to the small things, and like I mentioned, I think it's just mechanical, man. I think they're just being played mechanically. Unfortunately, I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I think I may have just DC'd. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Your stream did stop though. Your
All
Discord
right.
stream just paused.
All right, interesting. We'll see what I can do.
But what I meant lead, I meant like who's in the lead for the fucking seasonal language.
Butt Wipe Award.
Yep, you hear me?
I'm gonna
Give
go
me
with
dubs, man.
Neeson or Rubix.
Ooh.
Not Neeson or Rubix. They're the same person. Rubix or Rogue 9. I think the CC on
For sure, Rogue
has
9.
really been the difference maker.
Yeah. What about you, dog?
Single time they're dropping into a rogue, and I don't know if that's a bad drop or, you know, and we're giving a lot of flack to Sin, but you know, there's a lot going on in comms, and who knows who's telling him what, and you know
Right, you're right.
So the hunter could be saying, "Hey, we need to drop now," and then he drops, and then it's not a good situation. So
Okay.
So who do you think then? Who
Hey,
would
dog.
be your nominee?
I like Ohai.
I'm gonna drop group, dog, and then I'm gonna re-invite you.
Cool.
And then we're gonna redo the invite because I think the disconnect on my side may have fucked up the invite.
Oof. Jack, man, what about you, dude? Who do you think is your leading player right now?
I can't tell, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, also, I don't know. From this point of view, it's very hard. I mean, I'll just go with. I mean, I will maybe just say Ant now, just because he's always in the right place at the right time right now, and he's been able to get those caps. So I don't know who's making the calls of, you know, let's stay up top, and who's not.
Sure.
But it's very hard to tell. But I'll just say Ant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I want to see from CWS here is I want to see them push more roof, because even if they start the kite, then at least they're not in cap position. Their offense is just taking them down so quick. So you either go 5-5 split in this situation and give your offense some more time, or you know, you send more up roof to get in out of position so you can get the repicks.
Right, or even just positional awareness. You know, like push him off, so he has to go somewhere to give you the
Wow,
chance
are we
to reset.
AFKing?
Yeah, AFK out, AFK out.
You really need to reset and understand your timing for the reset. Because if they could get that down, that'd be perfect.
All right, let's hope we get this in the next like 2 minutes. I know we're on a time crunch. I'm gonna drag in Fiona. Hey Fiona, how's it going?
What's up, Booch?
Hey,
A whole
welcome.
lot. How's your night been?
Good, man. Looks like the stream's dead. I don't know if you know or
Oh,
not.
really? I'll restart it. It might be coming back. I don't know. Let's see. It looks like it's back.
Yeah, you're good. So, Fiona, do you have permissions to view Watch's screen in Discord?
You should now.
So what's up, guys?
Can you see Dog or Watch's stream in Discord?
Hey, I just want to shout out real quick before we get going here. Shout out to Sia, bro. Love you. Pretty good. I've watched in and out.
What do you think?
Oh, actually, Fiona, I don't know if you have any connection issues or if it's delayed on your part.
Yeah, if Fiona watches my stream, then it should be okay. On my stream on Discord.
I'm watching it.
I know this is great viewership for people on Twitch, but we're just waiting for the gates to open. I think we got the correct sides on the first time, which is awesome.
What changes it looks like?
So, Fiona, if you had to give a piece of advice for Haas, if he could hear you right now, what would Haas and CWS? What would you give?
Play them. I know how they are. They're very hard to beat. Haas, Jay Fine, everyone in CWS is very solid. Coming from regulators, I know they're just overall better players than most of us, but I love a lot of them in CWS, and I could say from me that they just play them. I think right now they're going against the Titans of the Pale, right? Pale's just one of the best. I think there's a lot of nerve endings on their team. Just get loose, crack a couple beers, and just get loose, dude. Stop being so nervous. I don't know.
I agree with you. I think there's definitely, I don't know. Part of it is also rust. Like I just don't think CWS plays as much as they used to, and that's not a valid excuse. Like Ent came on and was on the cast, and he said, I don't want anyone making any excuses from BTNE, about not taking this tournament seriously, and I kind of, say the same with CWS. Like, yeah, maybe some of their players don't play as much as they used to, or focus on other games now, but like they're in this tournament. And if PAL wins, they won. They beat him fair and square. Like I don't want to take anything away from that. Um, so anyone have any bold predictions on this game?
5-5.
I think it's going to be a 3-2. I will say it will probably go to PAL, but I think Sin is a lot more comfortable on the Horde side.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll make the same mistakes as last time. They probably talked it over in the 10-minute break we had.
I'm wondering what they have to switch something up. I mean, that PAL offense looked methodical. That was so impressive.
I agree.
It was so much pressure on them immediately, and like those are fast caps. I mean, you have to also imagine that 30 minutes of that game or more was not. There's no splits. So
definitely.
What do you think, Watch?
I don't know.
Sin goes down.
Get dead. I think sometimes you get hit in the mouth, and it's just not your day. And I think that might be today. I don't think it's out of the question that CWS could beat this PAL team, but I don't see it today. I just have a feeling talking to all the players I got to talk to before the game started, and I just had a feeling. And so far, it's kind of in the pregame. I said it. I thought that PAL would kind of demolish them, and I just had a feeling.
Hey, so if you look at this, is pretty interesting. We have two rogues and a hunter sitting back on defense. We have both Haas and Vint, and Int is running into them. We'll see.
Yep, he backs off. Sorry, I got the controls mixed up because they switched sides, so it might take me a second to recalibrate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're doing the right thing. CWS is doing the right thing by dropping people back on defense when they lost that mid fight.
Definitely, especially losing your druid.
For sure, for sure. I mean, I'd love to see the stealthies go across right now, though, because they're going to need to have more people on that side.
My question is, why did Ant see one of the rogues, or does he?
Probably the hunter.
You saw the hunter.
Yeah,
Mm.
probably the hunter. His team probably told him.
Pale's pushing pretty hard here.
Yep.
This is the time for the AT special. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Get the flag, go roof. I mean, if you can.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see this. Sin is he's coming up tunnel right now, and Typhoon just took the speed boost, so we'll see a 1v1 here. Excited to see this play out.
And out unscathed. Wow.
Yep. Dashed away from all the people trying to stop him.
We got Literal God and Kana coming up, so we'll have some support against Typhoon.
If you want to open your map, I have the control on Sin. Sin gets sapped, which
Wow, that was
I'd
a-
hate to see. You know,
Oh my god.
it's not. You know, it's almost instant death a lot of the time. But you know, fortunately, his team is
he
here,
broke.
and he was able to get out of it relatively quickly. And they're just
here we
running
go.
roof, hoping to get away.
Typhoon, though, doing his best to try to slow them down as much as possible. He should keep on moving, though. Sin should not be staying still.
How did
And
that
Ant is
separate?
actually on the LI side of the base already on his base, which is actually kind of nice. Maybe you can get a root off if they end up dropping and going graveyard.
Hence out the tunnel.
Oh, Fiona, are you watching my stream on Discord or the Twitch stream?
Twitch. What do
You
I?
should.
Yeah,
so,
you're delayed.
yeah, if you should go to the Discord stream. And they're cleaning up Ojai. It looks like, you know, they're not getting caught as much this time around. A good Nova imp sprint by Ojai, but I think Sin's got enough ground, but runs right into the other rogue, or maybe that was the hunter. It's hard to tell. They both have female orcs with funny hats on.
So we do have Moose over here. Do you think he'll be able to slow him down until?
Yep.
Hence.
He's trying to fake cast him there, but he saw he just used Frost Shock, so there's no reason to fake cast
Ooh,
there.
yo,
Yeah,
he actually has
here.
a lot of people
Yeah.
on him right now, and I'm trying to see. And he doesn't have. I don't see any.
Half HP, and it looks like his healers are not.
Yeah.
Do you want to open
Yeah,
up the
he's
map,
everywhere.
Dog, so people can
Yes.
see like who's approaching? But Augie gets a good heal there. Oh, that's actually Jay Fine, and looks like they're finally getting away. But yeah, one thing to note is that, you know, the shaman did Frost Shock him. After that Frost Shock, he could have actually entangling roots the shaman, then ran away. And there's a good chance that the shaman's trinket was on cooldown after big mid fight. So it's something to keep in mind.
Nice. All right. Well, we got something good going on so far. Both flags are cross.
Looks like both teams are just kind of, you know, pulling aside, pulling back, eating and drinking, and then they'll eventually go to splits. I imagine we're going to have way less of the chess match we had last game.
What about?
Man, PAL is scary when they collapse on the FC, man. That's just impressive.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah, both games now.
Yeah, they give no inch. They go hard in every transition.
You know,
I'm calling first cap to CWS here, boys. I have a feeling here. No, I'm telling you, I feel you know them. They're just a good fucking team. They're solid, and I feel with this split here, they have an even chance with PAL. And here goes the first split, but I'm calling CWS's favor.
we'll see. I'd love to see it. I love a good game. I love Ventrix, but I don't know. We'll see. I think last game, CWS kind of did exactly everything PAL wanted them to do on these splits. I'd like to see them maybe pull a fast one on PAL's offense rather than fall right into all their different cuts.
Right. I mean, something interesting here to note is that they're only standing 3 up right now. PAL's only standing 3 up with 3 on top.
Yep.
Maybe they're expecting the early drop.
Yeah,
Can we get eyes on Sin?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fighting.
Yep.
This could be bad for PAL.
Mage, Priest, Shaman, that's what they did last game.
It's not enough.
Yeah, it is though when your shamans and your your priest and mage are outplaying the other priest and mage. It really feels
Right.
that way.
They just get the full dispel too.
Sitting up top.
See, and they're sitting at the top
skate.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is, how's it looking on convertible?
So they're doing a nice little roof kite right now.
Dropping.
Both teams. Oh, Sin drops.
Sin dropped.
Into Warlock. Oh.
Ooh,
Right
good.
into Warlock and Rogue.
Yeah,
But he
LOS
evades
Fear.
the nade, then
On
gets
the
hit by another
bomb.
nade.
Yikes.
Clutch fear.
Fear.
Ty is just laying damage on
Still
him.
taking damage, though.
Sin might be in
no, he's
trouble
going-
here.
And taking some damage too, though.
Wait, he's going back inside.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he's
He
going
is.
through a frost trap, which is not the worst.
Maybe
I think
But,
he's
he's
a-
you know,
That's
just
at
the way this
50.
team
He going to
is throughout.
cap?
Yeah.
And it's at 50%. And it's dropping.
Oh.
See Kashi on it right now, and Jay Fine.
Yep. Makashi's about to get down.
No.
Look at Ant. Let's see what Ant looks like
Ant's
right
in
now.
good prime position.
Oh,
Kashi
wow.
though looks like he's getting away.
Yeah, Cozy's really gonna live now.
In is gonna
Ant's gonna
drop
die.
here.
Ant, do
Yeah,
you wanna go to
he should
Kashi?
drop.
I'm on Ant right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ant's down.
Ant's down, yeah.
Oh, they got a repick though.
In,
Oh,
wow.
cap! Wow.
Wow.
Another
Early
cap
pass,
by
early
Elric.
pass, yeah.
That's
an
the
early
third
pass,
time in this tournament.
man.
If you're
That's good.
CWS, you have to be.
Well, you could imagine that both of their comms were calling for cat
Yeah.
soon.
If you're CWS, you're probably pretty sad about that. I don't know where
Yeah.
Kashi ended up being. I tried to find him at the end there, but wow.
That was Champ who had the flag. That was
So
Cozy.
you guys see
Oh, it was
this?
Champ
It's
Champ that
coming
had it.
out.
I thought he was able
Yeah.
to pass it off.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I mean-
is that's not CWS, that's PAL.
Yeah.
They got
Yep.
the first cap.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a close one.
So-
man.
so I
Yeah.
have to ask though, they send 3, the shaman, the priest, and the mage, and they're dropping into 2 rogues. I just feel like that shouldn't be enough pressure, and if it is, then we need to go 5-5 and
I think
clear
so
them.
too. I think, you know, if that priest and mage are giving you those problems, you need to fix it.
Yeah, or try a different route. You know, like peel to banana and drop down banana, go
You-
down tunnel.
100%. You're just dropping into both rogues and flag room, and it's not working out. And they're waiting until the 3 come up and connect as well. So it's
Looks
just
like Sin's
we have
getting
all
collapsed
6.
on here. It keeps happening where, you know, I think CWS just, you know,
Look at Ant.
their
Yeah,
positioning is just off. I don't know how else to describe it.
Ventrix almost took down
Oh.
Int, but
Sin's
Elrig's
gonna
with the
get away
peel.
here.
These bombs too are amazing.
Yeah, bombs are
Accuracy,
good.
dude. These guys are dunking. Oh man. I mean,
Oh,
I
already
think
Sin's caught out a bear or just getting collapsed on by 3 melee.
Sin's
no, wait,
down.
give me another cap.
Looks like
Sin's
Sin's
down.
down.
Oh wow, no, he's still.
It's the
oh,
bot.
He's,
Yeah,
he's
but-
away.
Yep.
That's a cat.
Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Awkward situation.
Yeah, I think they just.
Wow.
I think right there was a mental collapse out of all things.
It's yeah, it's tough. I mean, look, I don't want to make more excuses for them, but it's just playing a weird time. They're not the team they wanted to be. I'm not saying they don't like certain players on their team, but you know, it's tough. I think the CWS team is maybe another night, but they just don't look on the ball tonight. And
At all. Yeah.
part of that is PAL being so great. Part of that is, you know, CWS maybe isn't as great as they used to be.
Yeah, I think that it. I mean, I will say, having played CWS and going against their splits, I think I was wondering going into this game, is PAL really cracked up? As cracked up as they are to be so good, but I think they are. I mean, I think they're
so, too.
amazing.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
I said it in the pregame. You know, if you take the 3 best players from 4 different brackets and put them in a team, you're probably going to end up with, you know, a pretty good roster. So nothing out of the ordinary, like nothing unexpected, you know?
I mean, there's a lot more than that to just really consider, though. I mean, like as everyone's mentioned, I mean, and not to like throw more, you know, like salt in the wounds here, but I mean, CWS is not playing up to par at all.
They're
You know
not.
what I
They're
mean?
not.
Like,
Yeah.
this is not like a good game to base it off of. I mean, PAL for sure is definitely dominating exchanges, but these exchanges are being easily given to them.
Yep.
They don't
You
even
know
have
what I
a
mean?
pick yet on CWS.
Maybe some
Yeah, so-
nerfs.
For
Yeah,
sure.
if
I
you
mean,
saw in the middle, if you saw in the middle on that transition, there was no cut on end, not even one person.
Yeah.
Well,
Which-
Ventrix tried
right
though,
behind
and then
them.
Elrig. That's the thing is, I don't know if it like. I'm wondering if it's just PAL being that good and
I
that
think
they're
it
just
is.
making the teams look that bad because Ventrix almost killed Int, and Elrig was just in the right position for a peel, and I think they're playing on their heels right now. So it's pretty much an 8v, 8v their FC and mid every single time. I don't think CWS has the confidence.
Do you want to switch
peel off.
to maybe someone on the
Yeah.
PAL offense? And I'll stay on soon.
CWS is pulling a straight AT here.
They're trying. I don't know. They tried last time, though. And they're just getting collapsed on pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe not enough time to set up. They got Nissen dead. Oh, did he just rest? Oh, Soulstone, maybe.
It'd be pretty
Be
lit.
crazy for
It's
the
like, so they're
Soulstone.
dropping here. He's going straight into the priest.
Oh, wow.
Damn, dude.
I mean, I wouldn't have used that charge right there
Yeah,
either.
I wouldn't either.
This
Unless
starts
you
to be
use your
back up.
trinket.
One down tunnel two is kind of scary, man. With 100 and Hunter's in tunnel with you, can't
Yeah.
tell who's on top. You saw Rogue 9 sitting on ramp as well, so we might see another fear come out.
Do you want to open the map real quick, Doug? Okay, cool.
Alright.
Just wanted to
Wow.
see if there's anyone cutting bottom tunnel.
He's getting caught out of bear a lot here.
He is a lot this game.
This could be.
And he's
this could
got
be end
4
game
people
here.
on him right now.
Yep.
No,
Does he have dash?
there's
I'd
too
love to
much
see him use
red.
dash.
I don't think his dash is up, and Ojai looks like he has sprint up. Out of bear again, going back into
They're
cab.
really,
I think he's
Doing
gonna
that
get
extra
it
move
fair.
speed.
anyway.
I would really love to see situations use his poly to peel a lot more.
I think so
A
too.
lot more. That's unfortunate, man. I feel like I'm telling you, these mechanical mistakes are what's costing them.
They add up too.
These small little windows. Go ahead.
Even if you outplay someone just a fraction, you add all those fractions up, and it really just, especially in these brackets without items,
Massive.
like without consumables that let you catch up for mistakes.
Or spells.
Yeah, spells too.
Dude, because I want to touch on this. Maybe this is not the time, but in that first exchange, the first split, one of the rogues, like I mentioned, they had 3 pushing up, right? They had 3 pushing up roof, to fight the CWS defense, and they had 3 on top side. They had one of the rogues out of stealth, pull through FR to go tunnel. And I don't know if he stayed there and stayed in FR, but whatever it is, maybe it was a mental juke, like, hey, I'm gonna go up, sending 4 up now.
Yeah.
And that's when they dropped into both of them. You know what I mean? It's like these little cues that they're not taking, that they're not understanding, right? Like,
For sure.
I don't know, man.
Even
That's what you're saying. Go ahead.
Even further, it's like, maybe if they were, had been playing a lot more with each other recently, they might have those communications down where one person catches it, communicates it well to everyone else, but it just doesn't feel there. Nice lucky fishing hat by Elrig. He heard the 19th game was tonight and did some tournaments, so it's pretty cool.
I hear 19s get really mad when a 29er or someone else has a fishing hat.
Especially on the crick.
Yeah.
Now, Sin, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, and there hasn't been that many drops, but he hasn't dropped Valk once, has he? Has he always gone lower door?
He's always gone lower door. Yep.
Because they've always had a trap down there.
Yeah.
Since I've
It's like
seen
they're
him.
on Ant right now. They're not connecting, but they're on him, more or less. I don't think Powell was given the ability to set up on defense.
I think at this point they
just.
Yep, Valk for the first time, right into Thai food.
Thai foods, yep, opening.
Wow.
At least he's in bear this time.
I think they only had 2 pushing up.
Love to see the hunter try to get out of combat, maybe hide behind this door. Instead, he's getting a dagger thrown at him.
Okay, well, this is looking good. This is the first split I feel kind of confident about for.
Coverage with the fear. Okay.
For CWS.
Yeah, they're finally maybe making some stride.
So In is just, they're doing the kite roof, but he's getting collapsed on right now.
Losing their
Love to see yeah, okay. So he does get the counterspell off on that second sheep.
He's taking some pressure.
Feels like honestly, feels like Rubik's is just playing circles around everyone in this game.
Hey, In might go down here.
And's low.
Yeah, but they're not.
Yeah, they're going up tunnel though.
And is down.
Do you want to go to Sin? And I'll stay on Ant.
Ant will drop here.
Shaman, this
They
is where
can hold it. They can hold it too.
Oh wow.
Sin needs to get in position to cap.
Yeah, he's on his way to cap.
Dude, Robin just picked up the flag. Batman went down. Elrig.
Who has it? Oh, Elrig.
Oh, this is gonna be trouble.
Elrig though.
Oh, he did use his.
Wow, big Nova.
Dude,
Look,
big,
this
big
is where
Nova,
that lucky
yeah.
fishing hat comes in play right now.
But there it goes.
Definitely.
He's sitting cap.
And that's
Good.
a
There it
cap.
is.
Wow.
Oh, let's
Right.
go CWS.
Okay, we got a
Hey, guys.
game.
We got a game.
Yes.
I told you, CWS.
Hey, but this might just be the PAL breaking down mentally. You know,
Yeah,
these games take a toll on you, especially when you're so sharp.
for sure. Does anyone know the
It's too
time
late.
right now? 9:43. Okay.
This is usually the time I start safe spotting in pubs, but
I hope someone clips that.
I
PG-13.
will say
PG-13, buddy.
I will say that I don't know what the hunters were calling on D for Sin there for CWS, but he was sitting roof a little bit too long after their first kill on Ent.
Mhm.
I don't know why he wasn't trying to get back in position to cap. Now,
Look, I don't want to take credit for it, but when I said they go Balk, good things happen, and there was no trap there, which I think helped him get away as well.
So we gotta-
these druids just going for maybe some roots, but actually Sin
so
with a great root there. That was really
Transition might be
good.
looking good for CWS.
Yeah. I think they may have tried to get too cute on the side of PAL. I think they, and maybe could have went. It ended up not mattering, but you have to wonder maybe. I don't know. I actually wish I had full view. That was just an interesting exchange. It's always interesting when the bears are fighting each other.
Yeah, the Druid on Druid crime for sure.
Yeah.
well, the Chicago
And now it
Bears.
looks like Sin just is getting wailed on. I don't know
Yeah.
how that happens where
Neither.
they had the entire
the-
team over here, the enemy team, their entire team is over here. How do they get cut off? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Sin just loves the battle, man. He wants to
For
be in
sure.
there.
He's a frisky
For
boy.
sure.
You see the hunter here breaking combat. So that's
He's no
good.
charming bear, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Rogue 9's out. Ohai's out. I think we're probably just going to get people retreating to eat and drink.
But here's the thing to mention. I mean, I feel like the reason why CWS was ahead there because they were connecting. PAL didn't set up. If you
Yep.
guys noticed, they were chasing him up banana before PAL even had a chance to set up. Last to move. I don't know how they got that situation, but I think that's the difference maker here.
Sorry, so I'm going to ask it. Does anyone here think that CWS is going to reverse and win?
I've been
I will
calling it all
say-
night. You guys just
I
don't
will
sleep on
say-
Kiana, dude.
Kiana's calling it.
I think if CWS gets this next cap, I think it's going to CWS.
I think we're going to have to come back tomorrow to find out if that happens.
Ooh, you think so?
Everyone's going to have to sleep on it. A 2-2 game. That's so
Wow. Yeah, you might as well just play it out at that point.
Type City right there. No, that'd be amazing. Just call it a 2-2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Dude. All
Wow.
right. I mean, but
I will say, I think CWS took my advice. They cracked a couple beers, smoked a little bit of a joint, and now
Dude,
they're
they're
playing.
mounting up.
Oh my god.
I wish I had
Joey's getting
CWS comms. I mean, like CWS, they're all like, a lot of them are like brothers. Even, the people who aren't quote unquote like their A team, like these guys go back since 2014. It's probably pretty lit. I think even before then, some of these old timers, it's probably pretty lit when you're like getting, your clock cleaned and then, finally something goes well.
A lot of them were enemies as well. Here's the
Looks like
push,
they're
though.
starting
sure.
to push now.
Here is the push. Let's go.
And I'm gonna look
Head
at
on the cut.
Nice.
Shaman seems to be up first. That's their strategy. Goes out and dispels them.
Yeah, without a warrior though, you really don't have any melee to go in there and kind of take the initial hits. And it's the one that you don't mind getting sheeped at all because you can just dispel it.
Ooh, and
So-
dropping
and-
early on
Yeah.
Balk. Right
Both
in
teams
like
drop
connection.
early,
Oh,
and
and they
Dis-
got a-
yep, net
they
on
got
the
a
priest.
net.
I think it was
Net, the
reverse
priest.
Huge net.
backfire.
And a
Nice
big,
Nova.
big Nova there.
This could be really good for
Could be
CWS
good.
here.
A good, yeah. Wow,
Ash out.
Thai food is sprinting.
wow, and for the first time, it feels like Kashi gets the leg up on a mage. Not that
Yeah,
Kashi's
so-
played poorly. It's
so
just I think
Ant
there's 4 great
is
mages.
Yeah,
by
big
himself.
gouge.
Ant is by himself right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a scary moment for them. He's gonna try to go back in though.
Yeah, looks
Good
like they're all
play,
going
good
around
They're
this
zooming
way.
all, dude. They're not even.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
someone
wow,
screaming
Sin with
out.
the
far
jump.
away.
What the fuck? Excuse my language.
Dude, Ant is playing out of his mind right now. That was a good juke.
I
right
mean,
there.
Ant might be the
Real
best player in 29s. I don't know if it's out of his mind. He's great.
behind me, man. Behind me. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So
So it looks like
that
Ant's in
warlock.
position to cap, and Sin's about to die.
Oh
Sin
shit!
Sin goes down. Looks like they have a delay. A pick here. Wow.
Oh.
Now sit and let's
Wow.
see if they're able to.
That's down.
They're fighting with the flag.
This should be kill though. Ooh, that big
Huge,
stop.
Huge
Big
stop.
war stop.
No, he's
I take it back.
out.
He is
He's not
best
gonna
for sure.
get it.
Yeah.
He needs that sprint.
Yeah, he's safe now, man.
Yep.
This is what I'd love to see Sen do. I feel like he's using his cooldowns way too early.
Mhm.
No, but definitely. I mean, good play for CWS here to be able to
Definitely.
set up.
The repick was nice. And he
Look
also
at that
LOS the charge. I don't know if you noticed that. He went behind there to LOS the charge.
Yeah.
Obvious play for 29ers and 39ers, but, 19s don't particularly have charge. So
You don't have to worry about that.
The nuance
big
is
boy
the
stuff
stuff that really crushes some of these teams from 19s. You watch them do something, it's like, man, if they saw that twice, they would never have made that mistake.
For sure. They are definitely like that. But let's take a moment to appreciate Kashi's gear set right now. Look at the beautiful flow
This
of green.
looks, dude. This looks like Jay Pine always said.
Beautiful look of green right there. Look at that hat, man. Wow.
Yeah,
This
fishing hat
look-
versus wizard hat.
Some
Look at sexy.
as Relik would say, you just need more magicians.
How do you let that happen? He got earth shocked. Luckily, it doesn't really matter, but
Hey, fractions of seconds, man.
yep.
Don't let
Did he
Sapling-
drop? He
He
dropped.
dropped, dude.
Oh,
No,
no.
did he?
He has Augie though. He has Augie.
Yeah.
Augie. They're only fighting one rogue.
Wait,
though.
is there anybody in the base right now?
Oh wow,
That's
he
one.
went down tunnel too, and they're
Oh,
going back roof. But this might be
no.
it.
Bad
Hunters can pump.
Oh, they're
For
still okay
sure.
right now. They're still fine. They still got 5 against
Yeah.
like, 2, 3.
He
I
killed
don't
Game
know.
Master.
This
Yeah.
is
Nine
not
might
you,
be
you
dead.
want your
This is
defense
probably
in between
Hey,
you and
Jam.
us. And there he goes. He's going down. Get a sheep out though. Heals him right back up.
Yeah, but he's not safe. That's the problem right here.
They need to get this hunter under control.
Yeah.
There's too much red
All the
to
damage.
blue.
Yeah, but look at this though. Look at this. I think Pal's losing out more than CWS though. Look at but gradually CWS is really low. Hard to tell.
Wow, that was
Yeah,
almost
Yeah, that was almost a 2v5. I don't know how you let that happen.
Yeah. But now they
Yeah,
can't break.
it's the shaman and the priest, man. They're just I don't know how they're
I don't know
pumping
how
so
it's-
hard.
yeah.
And Elric, it's the
just
shaman priest
communication.
mate.
Yeah,
You
for
need to communicate what's happening here.
Camp seduced is a big issue too. There's no traps.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh,
CWS is taking a note out of AT books from their loss to AT. I'm telling
They
you,
should. You should.
Yeah.
and they're doing what AT did to them right now. This isn't a bad position for them. They got
Yeah,
a
but
lot
let's
of
sending
like
some
it.
people down here to clear out the tunnel before they go, maybe?
Let's all not forget.
Yeah, it looks like
I
that
did
was
this
cool.
shit. I did this shit first. Let's not forget.
There's.
Augie gets net,
Blues
priest net.
regulators.
Oh, I
Let's
don't
go.
know why they let them in.
He lost boots.
Oh,
too. That's
Sin is
crazy.
just in a fucking.
let's see. Well, the hunter's behind.
A lot
Yeah,
of
don't
heals
think
coming out here,
It
though.
looks like convertible is going to cap, but
I don't think that's the play
Yeah.
though. Hunter should have been
Might as well
ahead.
just have
trying
him sit cap if he's not going to try to root anyone.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
He might go down here. Oh, Highs is connecting.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
don't think it'll
nasty.
be enough.
Probably just keep
Oh.
volleying, just keep going. Go.
No.
he's got
they're
his
actually-
actually... with him. He's got his
Oh,
Oh,
Wait, what?
no.
Wow.
What happened?
Questionable
there?
pass.
Oh no!
wow,
Oh,
he
whoa,
got it.
damn.
Wow.
Now that's a
Whoa.
magician.
Yeah.
POV.
What the hell?
Yeah, he passed, probably picked and blinked.
That's
Oh,
done.
no.
Why would you?
Oh.
I'm confused. Why did you guys think he passed there? Maybe FC was
Look
out
at
of
health,
mana.
health.
That fear is just lasting. way
Oh
too
no!
Wow.
Tough game.
That game.
Not a way you want
Dang.
to go out.
For sure.
But that's the Gulch. I mean,
100%.
It's the way of the
Some-
Gulch.
look, they got a cap,
Damn it.
and
Look at
I
that
don't know.
freaking
They
Wow.
got a cap.
What about
Pal is
Healing? What
human.
Val is human.
Pal is human.
Huh. So what do you guys? I mean, I don't want to keep people up. Let's say we have 9 minutes to talk. I don't think they want to. I don't think people want to do post game. I'll ask
That's
them though.
Amazing. I mean, it's kind of like tell us all this time, right? These guys aren't really hanging up to what they were. I mean, that cap for CWS was for sure, like beautiful to see. They just couldn't replicate the formula, unfortunately.
Yep. I'll reach out, see if anyone wants to.
What do you guys want?
I don't know.
Give us a mage. Give us some mages.
It's unfortunate
Uh,
because
Let's see if
CWS is
Disc
such
wants
a
to come
strong-
in.
Well, who really played I mean, it happened so fast. Who really played over the top? I mean, I didn't
I
really
think the
see.
priests and the mages. I'd like to bring in a priest because we kind of never bring in healers.
What about Ent on the
Bringing
the
plants.
getaway?
We brought, so I've kind of tried to spread the love and not bring in people we've already brought in.
Right.
And has been on the cast and then also already been interviewed. So I asked if Discs wanted to because I saw him a lot. We'll
Get the
see.
mages. Get the mages in. Those guys were
I
playing.
think we've
playing
had the
pretty
mages on already.
Have you? Oh, I
We
don't
released
have it.
Elrig.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elrig's been in.
What about Thai food?
Thai food's been in.
Yeah.
We could do Ojai too. I'm down to fuck with Ojai.
Yeah. I say oh hi.
What about the CWS team? You think any of them would want to come on?
I'm not sure.
Might be early, too soon, maybe.
Let's get Jay Fine in here. Love to take his take on the loss.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate for sure. It's unfortunate.
Wow.
Wow,
Honestly,
Pride, huh?
if they could have got back, it's just that transition that did it. If they could have got back, I honestly think it could have gone differently.
Yeah, you hate to end like that, but I mean that's kind of the story
sure.
of both games, though. I mean
We're
the
gonna bring Ojai
transition.
in.
Okay.
Ojai, my man. How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. So is that what you expected?
I honestly didn't know what to expect. I mean, they played well. The first game was a little weird at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. I think you guys were just feeling each other out, right?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't think it was that egregious that Thai food was like in behind them.
Yeah, I think having two rogue stealth in a base is pretty egregious.
I think and I don't know.
Yeah, I think AT we had the same issue actually, because versus CWS we had Pepperjack and FB always stealthing in the base, and we just ended up doing what you guys were doing, just unstealthing, because no one wants a rogue all up in their base before the push even starts, so they're gonna clear you out until they see you, I guess. So it's just kind of the way of the gentleman split,
So kind of going to the game, I mean, I think you guys had a lot of players, play really well. I don't want to hold you too long. Who do you think, we have a big game player of the match award? Is there anyone that you thought, deserved the Heartseeker Medicaid Butt Wipes player of the game award for this match?
I mean, on offense, I feel like Thai food was doing a great job connecting.
Mm-hmm.
They were dropping pretty early, and I feel like he was able to connect almost every time. I feel like maybe on defense, from what I understand, Disc was playing pretty well back there, although I think he spent a lot of time sheeped.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't know.
Listen,
I think actually, go, yeah, for sure.
All right, sorry to interrupt, but at one point, hi, you are humble, but we were calling it here. A couple people were calling it. Your damage wasn't going to be enough. Sin was coming out tunnel, and they were saying, "Well, Ohai's connecting. It's not going to be enough." And with your connection and able to keep them slowed, they ended up getting the kill, and then you guys got a cap. So my vote's going to go to you for that. I love you anyway, but
yeah, no, I appreciate it. I honestly, I feel like for my performance, it's hard to judge my own performance. I thought I was doing pretty well, better than I anticipated I was going to play. I don't know, man. That the award maybe it would have been mine, but that last return was straight pug tier. I should not have returned that flag.
I saw that.
There was a big groan in the chat from me and everyone else. So I don't know. That's where I feel like I don't know. I guess it created an interesting little rotation where they were in our base, and I don't know. We ended up getting it anyways, but it would have been better if I would have waited for him to be on the goddamn flag cap.
Definitely. I mean, you had a great play early in the first game, I believe, with you sitting at the bottom of tunnel. I don't know if it was the first or second game, but and Sin dropped right on top of you at 25% HP. He thought he was going to get away, and you just got the quick kill, quick return, cap. That was a beautiful play right there, man. Good awareness.
So one thing I noticed a lot is when I thought Sin was out free, and maybe it was just you on him or Musk or just one person, it was just enough that I don't know what you guys do, but somehow it slows him just to the point where everyone's able to catch up. Doesn't matter even if he had like 3 or 4 support, it just did the job. And I think you guys really crushed it in middle with the splits too, but just middle was havoc.
Yeah, I mean, I think another thing, from my perspective at least, is I don't think they were really anticipating the amount of damage that he was going to take. When I was connecting with him on the roof before he dropped, my whole goal was to drop a 5-point expose on him. And once that expose hit him, I feel like he was melting. Like it was like a few seconds after that it was like calls to get on cap because he was just melting. So I don't know.
You
I
guys
felt like
did the
that
exposed
was.
armor?
I did not go imp expose armor, but I was using imp,
Oh,
or
gotcha,
just
gotcha,
regular
gotcha.
expose armor. I was just
Gotcha,
getting to
okay.
5 points, dropping the expose, and then working from there.
Yeah,
And I feel
awesome.
like that was, he's in
Gotcha.
bearer form, but he's taking a lot more damage than he's used to.
So who would you rather play against in the finals? Any team you're more afraid of? Any team you think you guys match up better against?
Ohio's scared of AT. I'm calling it now.
No. I would rather play AT. That's
Okay.
personally speaking. Again, I've never beat AT. I'm 0-1 against him. I played with Pal in a pre-made against him and lost. Then I sat out the next one and they won. So I don't know. I'd like to get that win. I don't even know if I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm kind of third rogue here, but
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
it's a good problem to have if you're Pal. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Pal stacked. So yeah, I mean, any final questions you guys have for Ojai?
Definitely. Oh, I question for you and your team. Out of both games, did you feel like any of your teammates were able to like distinguish any adaptations you should make or any weaknesses from their team that you noticed? Because I mean, from my point of view, I noticed like bad positional decisions on their team side, and I feel like you guys really capitalized on those. Every transition was like all out, balls to the wall. Like, hey, we're gonna get this kill no matter what. The confidence was there, 100%. So, can you tell us if there's any weaknesses you saw that you guys all like consciously were willing to exploit?
I mean, I don't know about weaknesses. It felt like we were collapsing back on them pretty hard, and we were getting damage on the flag carrier. It felt even some of the ones that they got away in mid felt like it could have gone the other way really easily. I don't know. I don't not really weaknesses, but it just felt like our offense was getting to their defense faster than their offense was getting to ours. And I mean, I felt like they dropped a bit early. They only fought Roof like once that I can remember, or twice in both games. And I'm not saying that you want to fight Roof, but some of the time it was like I was just entering Banana and he was dropping off the roof and I was able to just turn around and leave. Like I wasn't even committed.
It was predictable, but you're like kind of coming down to.
Yeah. And then some of the stuff at the bottom of tunnel, I was trying to be patient and just stay in stealth.
Yeah.
Make him think that there was no one down there, and then when he dropped, get him.
Even on one of the caps where you guys only sent 3 up, I think it was the very first cap. I saw it was I think it was pretty sure it was you because you're the only orc. I believe you went from being topside and going through FR. Were you on stealth when you went through FR to show them that you're gonna go help out that 3-man push? Because you didn't you ended up just staying like right in FR and they dropped right on top of you with only 3.
I mean, I think that was luck, honestly.
I see. Hey, if you didn't have good luck or any luck, you wouldn't have luck at all, right? So
right, yeah.
Amazing, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks for casting, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Tonight was a weird one. It was a kind of a Franken cast, but I think, it was watchable. Hopefully people were able to watch it to some extent. Thank you guys for playing this late. Ojai, I know you're not everyone, but I thank you guys
I'll accept
so much.
Thanks on behalf.
Yeah, thank you. And good luck in the finals.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good luck, Ohio.
All right, so I think we're going to try to get someone from CWS in. A lot of them are from East Coast. They're asleep already. Like they probably hopped off, went to bed, changed a diaper, shower, whatever.
Give me Tyler, man. I want to hear Tyler cry.
Well, they're using the Heartseeker medicated butt wipe to clean diapers. That's clear and evident.
Have we heard from Situations at all?
We have not. I'm down. If he's down, I'll hit him up.
I will say, anyone watching the stream, don't sleep on what I did on that cap. When everyone in here was calling it wasn't going to be enough.
Yeah, that was definitely a tough one. You know what I mean? I think CWS is really trying to take a page out of Pal's book right there with that pass. And hey, I guess they didn't have no L rig for sure. So tell Tyler Jesse's calling him. Come on. No.
Yeah, I told him. We'll see if he comes. I don't know. Yeah, 1 sec. We might get Ventrix in here because he's Australian, so he's the only one awake. I think he's the only one awake.
Can Sin come? I'd love to talk to Spin and just, I don't know. I'm interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to get someone from CWS in here. It's funny that we're the only person who's able to join is the Australian dude, though.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think going into the finals? I mean, obviously, Dog, you're still in the
In
tournament.
here. Let's get Ben in here. Come on.
Oh, what's up, man? You might need push to talk enabled.
Nah, he shouldn't if he's muted or something.
He looks like he's unmuted.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yep. Hey,
Yes.
what's up? Wow, that beautiful Australian accent.
Hey dudes, what's going on?
Not much. So before we ask any questions, I just want to say I know it's really difficult for like you to play in these games. So thanks to you for making it work in your schedule because Australian thing. Thanks to CWS for making it work. I know that this tournament kind of came at a point where, a lot of people kind of were disappearing and they had to like fund new characters and get it off the ground and you guys were able to piece together a team. I know, you know, 1 and 2 isn't the record you guys were looking for, but you guys, put up competitive games. You got caps in 3 of the 4, I think, or at least 2 of them. I don't know. Like, I just wanted to say thanks to you guys for playing, and like, I hope to see you guys around. What's your plans for the rest of Classic?
Oh, I mean, thanks for that, and I think just on behalf of CWS, thanks for putting it all on. I think for me and probably for a couple other people as well, their interest in Classic was starting to waver. So having this on for me at least really kept my interest in the game. And I don't know. I know a lot of guys are thinking of playing Shadowlands now, but personally,
Yeah.
I haven't played retail for I don't know for over 10 years or something, and I
Yeah.
don't intend to play. So I think I'll probably keep pugging for a little bit in Classic, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a break or something, and hopefully the 29 community sort of stays active. And what would be ideal is if the especially if the final 4 teams that are in here, which are all just really, really great teams, just
Mm-hmm.
Wants to constantly play pre-mades every week. Like I think that'd be great, and not necessarily needing the tournament structure to do that.
For sure. I hope that's the case too. And I mean, Fiana's in here. He's part of the regulators. That's another team that maybe is on the come up. Do you guys have any questions or comments to Ventrix?
You bring up regulators in CWS per se. Our first war game was versus them, and you can say that they used a Heartsaker medicated butt wipe against us. They really wiped us clean. But to say we're a new team, but not taking away from the greatness of their team. I picked you guys to win this. I know what you guys are capable of. I have a lot of respect for Haas and Jay Pine. They've brought me to where I'm at today. They're very good players. Haas is a great leader. I'm sure you already know that. But besides that, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
we appreciate that. And I think, for me anyway, like I Welsh knows Fix and myself and him and a couple of other guys came over from Stalag, and we were originally pugging with like CWS guys and Space Bar guys and that sort of stuff. And so we had a lot of respect for the guys in CWS, and then it wasn't until a week or 2 before the tournament started that Haas started sort of talking to Fix and I about the idea of playing with them, and so we had a little time to sort of get together and kind of mesh. But we have pugged a lot in the past, and they're just really good guys. They're all unbelievably talented players, and it was I'm really grateful to be able to play in the tournament with those guys, and to play against just other amazing players as well, like all those guys from AT, from PAL. Like everyone's just good, fantastic players.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess I have one last thing to say. I just want to, this is maybe more to Haas. I hope he's watching or will watch. But this idea of this tournament was completely his idea. He hosted a 19th tournament, and I think, a lot of the changes and the fixes and what's made this tournament successful has been, building off of his tournament. And I don't think this tournament would ever have happened without CWS. And I think, you know, they deserve most of the credit for this tournament. Everyone says like the Wouch good meme or whatever, but honestly, thank you so much, CWS. Thanks, Haas, if you're watching. Um, I don't really have anything else to say. If you guys have any other
I had a
comments,
question.
okay, yeah, and then we'll
Uh,
turn off in a bit.
Yeah, I'll just get one real quick. Hey Vent, so for your guys' gameplay today, do you think they were more just, I don't know if the word's like prepared or whatever, what they were just winning all like team fights and just overpowering for the most part? Do you think it was more of like an off day for CWS, and they kind of took advantage of it, or did you guys just come in prepared and they were just essentially the better team and just played right?
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to make excuses by saying we weren't prepared. Like we had some really good some trial runs through the week and with OD splits, and which were really good. I think they just um, maybe some of the sets that they were running were some things that we hadn't really practiced against, and we tried to mix it up a couple of times. We ended up sending double rogue on O that led to the one cap that we had in the game too, and then they just they reacted to that really well on the next push and just dropped really early. So those guys obviously know what they're doing, and yeah, like they just work really well as a unit. So I'm not going to say that we weren't prepared. I'd say that on the day, they just outplayed us. Like they played really well.
Awesome, thank you for that. And I think Scope, you had one last one, and then
Not no more.
Scope and I are
okay,
arguing.
cool.
I told him I'm trying to end the stream because it's 1:10 a.m. But yeah, I just want to thanks everyone for watching. I know it's late. We'll be back with PAL versus AT versus BTNE, and that'll determine who goes to the finals. I'll keep you posted on the schedule in the Discord.